for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello. You. Welcome into another edition of Brantley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here on this Friday morning. Yes, indeed, y'all. I got 3 destinations for you. I really didn't see too many destinations to make a full tour, but as you guys know, sometimes I do a 2-fer or a 3-fer, right? So this is a media morning here. Black people create culture. It looks like it might be the Black Emmys, like I said in my thumbnail, because there's a lot of Black nominations for the Primetime Emmy Awards. So we'll get to that. Netflix looking like legacy media because they apparently want to get into live TV, even though they have flip-flopped on so many different things. And then iHeart and payola. Child, Nicki Minaj was on Hot 97 in 2018 and talked with Funkmaster Flex and said that, I have a hard time when it's, from a very personal place, when it comes to people's criticisms or, this, that, and the third. It's just like, child, you're a public figure. It comes with the territory. And like I said, if somebody's saying facts, they're not shading you, Nikki. Okay? All right? Moving on. Hashtag Megan's Law. But with that being said, she said that people get paid to have opinions. I'm like, Nicki Minaj didn't say anything new about payola. Payola and Pluggo have been around for a long time. We'll get to that. And plus, knowing that, y'all, I have been seeing what's been going on with the one, the only, rest in joy to Nolan Xavier Wells. We're going to talk about him as well this morning. Yes, we are. Like I said, y'all, just because I don't say everything doesn't mean I don't see everything. Sometimes you need to be able to breathe and take it in as the human being that you are before you bring it to your audience. Amen? Because we're in this thing called life, and it's very asinine, fragrantly tacky, and just wrong to not take time out for you to understand how the destination or hot topic or store, what have you, relates to you before you give it once again into the timeline. So with that being said, let's get to it because higher is waiting, lower is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And one thing to know and 2 things for sure that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith. I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But I'm waiting for you to start the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I said,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning. Julie Chen Moves rather than to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely around this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well for each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. We got jam-packed media morning. Plus, not only we are going to talk about Nolan Wells as well. Very, very sad. And, it just, can we talk for a minute before we get into the nominations at the Emmys, right? I don't know what happened to having a childhood anymore. I just don't. I remember soccer poppers. And you guys remember that little thing that you would put on your ankle? You would, skip it around and around and around and around. I can't remember what those are. And pogo sticks and super soaker water guns. And light brights, going on field trips, and the world just felt like it was your playground. And now you playing too much on the ground cannot make you be here. To be 18 years old and to just be starting out life, that ain't right, that ain't cool. Let's be honest, sick. Between pal violence, people getting their rights taken away, people getting resources, eviscerated, Black people missing, dead, and everything in between, people trying to flee from overseas, but they're looking like a criminal in the eyes of other people who are the actual criminals. White nationalists, white supremacists, the Triple K, many other racist, bigot, sexist, ableist, genderist, every other ist organization. They got the right to do what they want to do, but yet nobody else can stand up and say this itch is wrong. I know you all can lie. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Like I told y'all, societal slavery is here. We just transitioned from the cotton field to the workforce. And any time that a child, doesn't matter whether it's Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Italian, whatever, that child matters. May not matter to you, but it matters to everybody. It matters to everybody else. They matter to everybody else, rather. It doesn't matter whether it's a Black, white, Italian, Asian, Indian, whoever, man, woman, or whoever they want to be. If they're missing, if they're dead, everything in between, they also matter. See, some people only go live after the fact of something, right? Like one particular content creator, they want to pussy pop, dick pop, this, that, and the third, saying, oh, I didn't want to get in these people's lives. I held on to this information, telling their audience what to do when their own audience is saying, hold on, you don't have all the information here. And that's on the male side and female side. It's amazing what we want to give a fuck about when it gives us traction. That 18-year-old should still be here. There's plenty of Black kids and every kid that should still be here. Do we remember Sandy Hook? How Alex Jones disrespected those parents personally. I wish those parents would have disrespectfully handled Alex Jones. We would have made the biggest GoFundMe for his ad. For those people to get them out of jail. Because Alex Jones deserved all that, then some. Some of y'all are more destroyers than the helpers that Mr. Rogers talked about. Let's get to our show. And if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. Know your role, stay in your place, and drive your speed limit. But if you do respond to me, it must be true about your Mitch ass or your bitch ass to some damn degree, a fifth, quarter, or a half of it. Sincerely. It's like the younger people are more the elders than the actual elders. All right. I'm good for now. We'll get to Nolan Wells a little bit later on in this tour. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get to it. I just had to get that off my chest, child. All right, y'all. from one of the premier black sites, right? I was about to say Black Enterprise, but from one of the premier black websites, right? Rolling Out Magazine and rollingout.com, everybody. This is some huge news here. As you guys know, the Emmys take place on Monday, September 15th on NBC and streaming live on Peacock. So shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25. Black excellence takes center stage at the 2026 Primetime Emmy Awards. The nominees range from Zendaya to Colton Domingo to 50 Cent. Zendaya's face card, woo, lordy. Oh man, Tom Holland, ooh, you are blessed, brother. The 78th annual Primetime and Creative Arts Emmy nominations have arrived, and one thing is clear: black talent continues to shape television at every level, from actors delivering career-defining performances to directors, writers, producers, and below-the-line creatives pushing the medium forward. This year's nominations reflect the depth, versatility, and influence black storytelling across genres. Established Emmy favorites return to the ballots. Rising stars broke through with major firsts, and a handful of surprise nominees prove that television's creative landscape continues to evolve. Here's a look at the black nominees making their mark at the 2026 Emmys, according to Deadline.com. Comedy favorites continue their winning streak. Few careers have built an Emmy legacy as quickly as Quinta Brunson, the Abbott Elementary creator and star, earned 2 more nominations this year: Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series for the episode Team Building. The acclaimed ABC comedy also continued its strong awards run with nominations for Tyler James Williams, Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, and Janelle James Lee has a nice ring to it. There was one episode where Principal Ava had a blue and brown look. And Tyler James Williams, if I was your character, let's get it. But Principal Ava, rocked out with a nerd, and I like that. I like that a lot. Should have been me, though, as the actor, but that's neither here nor there. I'm available for things, Hollywood. Just call me, beat me if you need a reach man. Braylon_Lee25 on Instagram. While Abbott Elementary once again secured a nomination for Outstanding Comedy Series. Listen, you have not because you asked not. Don't at me. Don't you at me. All right. Drama category spotlighting veteran performers and rising stars. Despite widespread criticism surrounding its final season, Euphoria remained a force in the drama categories. By the way, I know this is about the black nominees, but also Stephen Colbert and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has 9 Emmy nominations. Once again, I bet you CBS and Paramount Skydance is looking like a dumbass. A show that you canceled has 9 Emmy nominations. And I hope he gets it. Just so he can say what he wants to say. Okay, listen. Yes, indeed. Zendaya earned another outstanding lead actress. Remained a force in the drama categories. For Euphoria remained a force in the drama categories. Zendaya earned another outstanding lead actress in the drama series nomination, while Colton Domingo received recognition for outstanding guest actor in a drama series. Domingo also doubled up this year with outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series nomination for Netflix's The Four Seasons. By the way, speaking of The Four Seasons, one of the award seasons is the Oscars. I believe that Michael will be up for Best Picture. I believe Colton Domingo and Nia Long will be up for Best Actor and Best Actress, respectively. Antoine Fuqua will also be up for Best Director. And I believe Colton Domingo will be supporting actress. So Best Supporting Actress Nia Long and Best Supporting Actress Colton Domingo, but also too, I believe Jafar Jackson could get a Oscar nomination for Best Actor. I really mean that. Mark my words. One of the biggest drama success stories belongs to Paradise, led by Sterling K. Brown. The series collected 5 nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series. Brown earned an Outstanding Lead Actor and a Drama Series nomination, while director Hanel M. Culpepper was recognized for Outstanding Directing in a Drama Series. Here is the complete list of Black 2026 Primetime Emmy nominees. Quinta Brunson, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Abbott Elementary, Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series Team Building. Ayo Ibri, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. The Bear. Yaya Abdul Mateen II, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. Wonder Man. Chase Infinity, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, Testaments. Zendaya, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, Euphoria. Sterling K. Brown, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, Paradise. Janelle James, Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Abbott Elementary. By the way, I know that you're not supposed to ask a woman her age, but Janelle James, her black ain't cracking. If she was 40 or 50, live that out. Have you seen your co-star, Shirley Ralph? Now, I know that, you can't, oh man, okay. Why does StreamYard do this to me? Why does StreamYard do this to me? Why? I'm just talking. Listen, I didn't get too far, okay? So I will do it one more time. StreamYard, quit playing with me this morning. Why is it doing that this morning? Because usually it does just fine. I don't know why. There we go. Good damn. Just anyway. Once again, shout out to rollout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25. Black excellence takes center stage at the 2026 Primetime Emmy Awards. The nominees range from Zendaya to Coach Domingo to 50 Cent. The 78th Annual Primetime and Creative Arts Emmy Awards nominations have arrived, and one thing is clear: Black talent continues to shape television at every level, from actors delivering career-defining performances to directors, writers, producers, and below-the-line creators pushing the medium forward. This year's nominations reflect the depth, versatility, and influence of Black storytelling across genres. Established Emmy favorites return to the ballot. Rising stars broke through with major first, and a handful of surprise nominees prove the television's creative landscape continues to evolve. Here's a look at the Black nominees making their mark at the 2026 Emmy Awards, according to Deadline.com. Like I said, I am so sorry, y'all. Sometimes when you're in StreamYard, it'll show sharing this tab to StreamYard. It wasn't showing it, and I didn't recognize it because once I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. Okay, so please forgive me. Y'all know I am very open, candid, and transparent with y'all. But hey, things happen. You know what I mean? But like I was saying before, Stephen Colbert, 9 nominations. I hope he cleans all of them up. Disrespectfully. Once again. All right, comedy favorites continue their winning streak. Few creators have built an Emmy legacy as quickly as Quinta Brunson. The Abbott Elementary creator and star earned more than 2 nominations this year: Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series and Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series for the episode Team Building. The acclaimed ABC drama also continued this strong awards run with nominations for Tyler James Williams, Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, and Janelle James, Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, while Abbott Elementary once again secured a nomination for Outstanding Comedy Series. I already talked about Janelle James and, Principal Ava. But what I will say is this: what this show has done for the education system, showcasing the hard work that teachers do, especially for public schools that don't get funded. or they get severely underfunded. That is how you do philanthropy. And they have done back to school drives. They have, helped teachers with this show and everything else. And by the way, Abbott Elementary is actually named after Abbott Elementary, Quinta Bronson's elementary school in real life. I think the teacher also inspired her as well. So it does go to show that if you are of a good energy and you create a platform that can be of a good energy as well, you will be blessed. So shout out to Abbott Elementary. And by the way, ABC, I don't think anybody would mind the season 10 of Blackish, because when was the last episode of Blackish? When was the last episode of Blackish? 2022. So 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. It's been 5 years. Okay? It's been 5 years. Can we get a season 10? Where are they now? Blackish, and the characters come back for one final time. All of them have grown up now. Okay? They're teenagers. So let's just see where they are. Just ask it. Because Blackish crawled so Abbott Elementary could run. Just say. Both great shows. And shout out to ABC for putting on those great shows as well. Drama category spotlighting veteran performers and rising stars despite widespread criticism surrounding its final season. Euphoria remained a force in the drama category. Zendaya earned another outstanding lead actress in a drama series nomination, while Portia Domingo received recognition for outstanding guest actor in a drama series. Domingo also doubled up this year with outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series nomination for Netflix's The Four Seasons. One of the biggest drama success stories belongs to Paradise, led by Sterling K. Brown. The series collected 5 nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series. Brown earned Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series nomination, while director Hamel M. Culpepper was recognized for Outstanding Directing in a Drama Series. Now, I will say the ending did cause a lot of controversy for Euphoria, but I believe that the Euphoria universe is only beginning. Just because it's the final season of the show doesn't mean it's the final season of the Euphoria universe or the Euphoria-verse, right? And same thing with Paradise, right? They're going to only do 3 seasons, right? They've built out a show for 3 seasons, but that doesn't mean you cannot leave in clues for a Paradise-verse, right? So, because Paradise is excellent. I haven't seen Netflix The Four Seasons, but I'm sure that is excellent as well. All right, y'all, here is the complete list of Black 2026 Primetime Emmy nominees. Y'all can see them now, okay. Quinta Brunson, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Abbott Elementary, Outstanding Ryan for a Comedy Series Team Building. Ayo, Eddie Riri, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series The Bear. Yaya, Abdul Mateen II, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series Wonder Man. Chase and Fandy, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series The Testament. Zendaya, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series Euphoria. Sterling K. Brown, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series Paradise. Janelle James, Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series Abbott Elementary. And this is what I was about to say. I know you can't have 2 women like that, right? Now there are some cultures of Black culture, white culture, Indian culture, everybody in between, that they do have 2 women. If I have Janelle James and Shirley Ralph, I'll be a happy man. Both of those women are gorgeous, but you can't really do that. You gotta choose one or the other. But God knew what he was doing when he made Black women. Okay, so Janelle James, live your age. Because Shirley Ralph came out in a whole swimsuit and just like. And listen, I know that there are some couples that live separately. I'm sorry, if I was married to Shirley Ralph, her name is, she already got Lee her name, so Shirley Ralph Lee, double Lee, it doesn't make any sense, but she could say, well, hey, I'm married to Brian Lee, and Lee is in my middle name, so but with all that, oh no, I would have to live with her every day. I want to see that good energy around me every day. But hey, everybody got their arrangements, right? Jessica Williams, outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series Shrinking. Colton Domingo, outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series for 4 seasons. Outstanding guest actor in a drama series Euphoria. Tyler James Williams, outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series Abbott Elementary. Joy Sunday, outstanding supporting actress in a limited or anthology series or movie. DTF St. Louis, Down to Uck St. Louis. That is on, I believe, HBO Max. Sal Richardson Whitfield, outstanding director for a drama series The Gilded Age and Task. Ernest Hardin Jr., outstanding guest actor in a drama series The Pit. Hanel M. Culpepper, outstanding directing for a drama series Paradise. RuPaul, outstanding host for a reality reality competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race. Steve Harvey, outstanding host for a game show, Celebrity Family Feud. Dave Chappelle, outstanding variety special, pre-record Dave Chappelle The Unstoppable, and that's a damn fact. Ricky Hughes, outstanding directing for a variety special, Dave Chappelle The Unstoppable once again. Wanda Sykes, outstanding writing for a variety special, Wanda Sykes. Julie Dash, outstanding directing for a variety special, Wanda Sykes Legacy. Courage 50 Cent Jackson, outstanding documentary or nonfiction series Sean Combs The Reckoning. Child, if 50 Cent wins that Emmy, it's game over. Okay, do you hear me? I don't think 50 Cent's an EGOT. But hey, listen, this could be the start, right? Alexandra Stapleton, outstanding documentary nonfiction series, outstanding directing for a documentary nonfiction program, Sean Combs The Reckoning. Henry Louis Gates Jr., outstanding hosted nonfiction series or special Finding Your Roots. And Salah E. Amin, outstanding documentary nonfiction series, The American Revolution. And by the way, when Nephew Tommy and Steve Harvey were both up for NAACP Image Awards for hosting, I really want Nephew Tommy to win that for Ready to Love, and Steve Harvey was more than gracious. Say, I already got plenty of them. I want my nephew to win. I think Nephew Tommy deserves a Emmy nomination for Ready to Love. I think that would be a great win for the Oprah Winfrey Network, child. I really do. Creative Arts Emmy nominations: Kimberly Kimball, outstanding contemporary hairstyling, Euphoria. Sharp Posen, outstanding contemporary hairstyling, All's Fair. Shout out to All's Fair. That was a show on CBS. And then moved over to the Oprah Winfrey Network for a good minute, yes. Outstanding hairstyle for a variety nonfiction reality program, Wicked, One Wonderful Night. Charm LaDonna, outstanding choreography for variety or reality programming, the Apple Music Super Bowl Alex halftime show starring Bad Bunny. Now that's amazing, and goes to show that Black people, we're everywhere, right? We are everywhere. By the way, I'm sorry, my eyes just fucking this morning. Ooh, my eyes bugging this morning. That couple got married in real time at the Super Bowl. A lot of people thought that was a part of the performance, just for the performance, right? But actually, I think they requested to be married by Bad Bunny, or if Bad Bunny could come their way, and he was like, "Hey, just come to the Super Bowl." That's how we move the culture forward. We take time out for the fans. Without the fans, we have nothing, right? Jamal Sims, outstanding choreography for variety or reality programming, RuPaul's Drag Race. Christian John D.V. Vincent, outstanding choreography for scripted programming, Noah's Ark the movie, and Tony Hardman, outstanding cinematography for a nonfiction program, My Mom Jane, a film by Mariska Hargitay, who is also the first female host of the Emmys in 15 years, by the way. So congratulations to all the Black nominees, and honestly, to anybody nominated for an Emmy, congratulations to you. Congratulations for sure. Huge stuff. All right, let's get to it. I know. Okay. All right. Cool. You better be working right. Okay. That's what I'll say. Y'all know how sometimes technology can be. All right. Here we go, y'all. Okay, we're not doing that today. From the Wall Street Journal. This is an exclusive, y'all. So you probably ain't gonna find it nowhere else on YouTube. Right here, the Wall Street Journal. Come on, we are live on tour. Work with me, not against me, please. I'm trying, y'all. Wait. Okay, there we go. Let me make sure y'all can see it too. It's showing that sharing to stream. Nope. Okay, I gotta stop sharing. Take this off. Stop sharing. Let me share this again. Sometimes it'll do that too. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see it. Yep. Okay, we are Gucci in the gang. All right. Shout out to Cool in the gang. The Wall Street Journal, like I said, you probably won't see this anywhere else on YouTube. This is an exclusive from the Wall Street Journal. Netflix is exploring live TV and bundles as it struggles to keep viewers hooked. Netflix is exploring live TV and bundles as it struggles to keep viewers hooked. Netflix is exploring live TV and bundles as it struggles to keep viewers hooked. Streamer is rethinking some of its core strategies to compete with rivals. Here we go. Top Netflix, and by the way, shout out to Jessica Tunkel and Ben Fritz, by the way. Top Netflix executives who gathered for its annual business review this spring had a lot to be cheerful about. Profits were rising. Customer defections remained at industry lows. It had hit franchises like Bridgerton and Stranger Things. But one metric was pointing in the wrong direction. Subscriber engagement was showing signs of decline, according to attendees. At the time, it was a small part of the conversation about the company's goals, but it had since become a frequent topic of discussion at meetings for people familiar with the matter said. Engagement, which measures how long people spend watching content and how frequently they finish a movie or series, is the holy grail in modern Hollywood. It signals that customers are satisfied and less likely to cancel their subscriptions. While Netflix remains the industry leader among subscription streaming services, shares are down more than 40% over the past 12 months. In April, the company reported disappointing guidance for the second quarter, including lower operating margins year over year. Its share of TV viewership fell to 7.8% in April, according to Nielsen, the lowest level since May of 2025. Now, we do know that more people are watching YouTube on televisions than ever before. I believe that YouTube beat Netflix in terms of TV viewing. So there is that as well. To bolster engagement, executives at the company have recently been discussing live channels that will continuously stream certain categories, shows and films from a certain genre, according to people familiar with the matter. The company has also explored bundling other subscription-based services, including NBC Universal's Peacock, into its offering. It will sell those subscriptions through its app as rivals such as Amazon.com and Apple have long done. Some of the people said rather. Netflix's discussions about adding TV channels and potentially streaming bundles will likely appear as tiles on the streamer's homepage, show how the company is willing to pivot from its roots. Now, you guys remember, right? There was a thing of Disney and HBO Max as a bundle, right? Let me pull this up. What bundles does Disney Plus do? So yes, they have the Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max bundle, right? So you can get all of that, right? And there has been other collaborations as well. You know what this is going to show me? I was right. Because you remember how, as we are about to get into here, for years, Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings preached the importance of focus and simplicity to succeed, but now Netflix faces increasing competition from the likes of Disney, HBO Max, and YouTube. Free ad-supported streaming services like Fox Corp's Tubi and the Roku channel which Fox just bought Roku, by the way, which include linear channels are more known for casual viewing than Netflix are gaining viewership fast. So you have Xumo TV, Chart Communications, and NBC Universal. You have Pluto TV, which is Paramount Skydance, right? You have Tubi, which is Fox. Warner Brothers TV or WB TV, we were supposed to get that, but never ended up getting it. Could be still in the works, but no updates on that. ABC had, free advertising streaming television channels inside the ABC app, but Disney, the smart company that they are, thought it'd be smart to get rid of the ABC app to get everybody on Disney Plus, and I don't believe that strategy has worked. Because if they would have kept the ABC app, they would have had an app for content creators and influencer content that could have been for free, along with those free ad-supported streaming services. Now, Redbox had free live TV. I believe that Redbox can come back. I absolutely do. I did a live on the comeback of Redbox as a media company. So rolling out entertainment daily. Red Box. So it could come back as a media company. I think I talked about Redbox also for SeatGeek, how Redbox could be these virtual ticket booths that are at grocery stores and gas stations and everything else, but it's neither here nor there. But very important. Fox and the Wall Street Journal's parent company News Corp share common ownership. Let's see here. In response, Netflix has made has made changes hastening once is huge, such as adding a advertising-based tier to the service. The media landscape is shifting quickly. Last month, Fox said it was paying around $25 billion. Okay, billion. Just imagine somebody backed up a Brinks truck said, all right, here's $25 million in cash. All right, good night, everybody. Good day, good afternoon. I am done with YouTube. If that were to happen to me, I'm sorry. Like, I would utilize that to create my media empire, okay? And have that media empire make me back my money, okay? Lord, $25 billion? Oh, my. It will be a lovely dream come true. One of the biggest providers of streaming platforms for connected TVs. The combination will better compete with streaming services such as Netflix for ad dollars. Comcast recently said it will split up its media connectivity businesses to give each company more flexibility to grow. Then there is Paramount, the home of CBS and Paramount Plus, which is close to working its $81 billion deal to buy Warner Bros. Discovery, the owner of CNN and HBO Max, which Paramount's going to destroy Warner Bros. Discovery. David Ellison is not a TV guy. Barry Weiss is not a TV newswoman. They are both turning the media industry into shit. More than Disney, and that's saying something. Okay. All right, moving on. Netflix stock started to drop when news leaked last year that the streamer was exploring a bid to buy Warner Brothers Studio and streaming service. I did a live called the Netflix Bros Live that showcased the synergy between Netflix and Warner Brothers. Go back and watch that after this one. The company, which has long shielded away from big acquisitions, ultimately lost that deal because David Ellison raped Warner Bros. Discovery to get it inside Paramount Skydance. Just keep it in a buck. The company, which has long shielded away from, and its stock has continued to decline. The bid for Warner highlighted for investors that Netflix is concerned about growth, said Uday Chevrolet, a portfolio manager and analyst at Harding Lover, which invests in Netflix. That got investors starting to think, are we missing something? Yeah, I think you are missing something, but we're going to get to that here in a minute. He said Chevrolet attributed Netflix stock drop to growing concern that engagement has peaked in the U.S. and over what that means for ad and revenue growth overall. Netflix, like its peers, has increased pricing periodically, moves that can test subscribers' willingness to stick around. Its ad support plan now costs $8.99 a month, while its standard plan costs $19.99, and its premium plan costs $26.99. Now, we talked about the potential of Netflix in 2035 being $50 a month. Yeah, that came out from Cord Cutters News. Shout out to them. The important thing for me is what is happening with churn. The industry term for customer defections. He said, it may not be a concern yet, but it is something I'm keeping my eye on. The streamer is expected to next week to report earnings and release its latest engagement report, which reveals viewership of its top programming. Netflix has said it doesn't need to make a major acquisition to continue to compete. That Warner was a nice to have at the right price, but not a must have at any price. The company, which nabbed 111 Emmy nominations, my Lord Jesus, this week, recently tried to boost engagement with low-cost programming such as video podcasts and content previously released on YouTube. Earlier this month, it said it's adding short-form video from publishers including BuzzFeed and Condé Nast. That also includes Vogue, everybody. Those cost significantly less than glossy series and movies because they're already producing the content. Netflix just has to distribute the content. In France, my chérie, Netflix started giving subscribers access to the broadcaster's TF1's programming, which includes news. I thought y'all said y'all would never get into news. It's interesting. The French network said it hit streaming records thanks to the partnership Netflix is looking to sign similar deals across Europe and Latin America as an eventual next step, some of the people said. Executives are also focused on what other sports events they can add to the streaming service. While the co-chief executives, Ted Sarandos and Greg Pierce, have been clear they don't want to get to the expensive game of bidding for seasons of sports rights, the company is picking and choosing events. Netflix executives are discussing bids for the 2030 and 2034 editions of the World Cup. According to people familiar with the situation, CNBC earlier reported the streamer's interest. Live TV could be a shot in the arm for Netflix's budding ad business, which has gained substantial momentum and generated about $1.5 billion last year. Earlier this year, the company said it expects to double ad revenue in 2026. With live programming, consumers can't skip commercials. So there is that there. Give me one memento, if you will, please, because I need to pull something up. Stay right here. Hey, one person, welcome in. Glad to have you here, or thank you for at least stopping by. So let me pull up this right here, because y'all remember how I said that linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. So I want to show y'all this because I did do a live on this. I'll show y'all this here. So 4 months ago, right here, as you can see, right here, the Netflix to Doom Entertainment Television Network Breakdown Town Hall. Did this 4 months ago. Sure, y'all can see it. Yep, okay, we're good. So I did this 4 months ago on February 20th, 2026. Wow. It's crazy how much content we have created since then. So we're going to summarize the video. So right here in this video presented by Braylon Lee details a strategic proposal for creating the Tadoom Entertainment Network, or TEN, an immersive media ecosystem that builds upon Netflix's existing Tadoom fan engagement brand. Key components of the proposal include the television network. The plan suggests acquiring slash licensing a linear channel such as TBS to rebrand as the Tudum Entertainment Network. This will serve as a 24-hour cultural newsroom for fandom, lifestyle, and entertainment, acting as a discovery engine rather than just a destination. 5 major live events. The network would broadcast and anchor 5 key fan-focused tentpole events. TudumCon, a fan convention with panels and screens. They already do Tudum, a global fan event, right? The Tudum Entertainment Awards, or the T's, a fan-voted award show for film, TV, music, and creator content. A Tudum Entertainment Cruise, an immersive fan experience at sea. The Tudum Music Festival, a multi-day music event connecting storytelling with live performances. And then the Tudum Content Fluency and Entrepreneurship Expo, a conference focusing on creator economy, monetization, and networking. Studio operations. The Tudum Studios concept aims to function as a content incubator, empowering creators and bridging the gap between social platforms and high-end production. So if Tudum took Times Square Studios, that would be where Tudum Entertainment News this morning, Tudum Entertainment News today, and Tudum Entertainment News tonight, and Tudum Entertainment News after dark would be Tudum Entertainment Network Studios, a Universal Orlando resort. That would be a huge attraction to bring more people to the Universal Orlando Resort, because you guys remember Nickelodeon Studios used to be there, and they still have the building, right? And then, of course, Occidental Studios would be for all the scripted programming, so you have content happening around the country. The core idea is to transform Netflix from a streaming service into the home of culture by creating a circular ecosystem where Tudum Studios feeds the Tudum Entertainment Network, which in turn promotes and drives engagement for Netflix. The host argues that while Netflix has expressed a disinterest in linear television, a hybrid model that bridges social, streaming, and linear could fundamentally change how global audiences engage with content. It's right there. It's right there. It's literally right there. So, I just sit back and I just wait for people to say what's on their mind, right? And like I said, I want Netflix to succeed. I do. I think Netflix has brought out a lot of great content. I think there are some things that they can do better, like any media company, by the way, I might add. So, just everything in perspective. So let's see here. There are some comments coming in here. Got over 300 comments, but we're just going to read some of them. From Jago, the content has been generic on Netflix lately while costs continue to rise. They lack any big, much-watched shows like they used to have in the United States. At least I'm thinking of shows like Squid Game, Queen's Gambit, Stranger Things, Ozark, etc. I end up watching other things on the platforms more often than Netflix lately. Although across all platforms, the overall switch to focus on profit over quality content is evident. It's basically turning into broadcast TV quality. There it is. I pay for a variety of things that are only $20 a month, as I realize how they all add up. Some pairing will be in order, and Netflix will be the first to go. Wow, that just came out literally live real time 30 seconds ago. 100% came to say the same thing. Their content has gone down here over the last 18 months or so. Personally, I want great action spy comedy shows. They increase sub prices, and it feels like they decrease spending on content. I think they use AI to scan what makes hundreds of movies successful in a specific genre, then produce a movie that looks different enough from the others in the genre. But as you watch, you think you've seen the movie before. Look at Apex, for example. Exciting, scary at times, but it's a manhunt woman. It has a lot of the cliches, whether it's Mark Wahlberg or Charlize Theron. They put a named actor in the lead spot, build a story, and add some CGI to keep costs down. Let's see, okay, that person's still okay. That's all the new comments there. Let's see here. Ditto that. I never thought it was better than broadcasting quality. At least the series ran entire season, 20, 30 shows, and then take 2 years for the next season to be up and running. Even cable was good, but I won't pay fin the prices for a full load of TV stations. Agreed, a lot of junk shows on Netflix where content is focused on continuous streaming rather than premiering any worthy content. I have the basic plan with ads, but haven't put on Netflix a month because I can't stand the ads. You nailed it, Mark. You nailed it. Narcos, Mexico, Bird Box. Nothing even remotely like this anymore. Maybe stop bombarding people with LGBTQIA plus content. 77 people liked it. But also, too, I think there's nothing wrong with representation, but I do think if you try to overload the system with it, the authenticity of that community can, dilute in quality. So I am for all representation because all representation makes a rising tide lift all boats, right? I'm pretty socially liberal, but I find the cast checklist annoying. Every show has to staff the obligatory oppressed groups, regardless of whether they make sense. So much for very political correctness. Fools don't understand that it's not working. It's backfiring. Lucky me, I have several hundred movies and several series, DVDs, all favorites, which I cycle through constantly. I still feel the same way, that it was worth whatever I paid for them. Most often I can buy a DVD for less than a streaming service wanted me to pay for a one-time viewing. That is very true, because we talked about the fact that video stores are coming back. I think it was Game Goblins in Little Rock, Arkansas. It was something else in Little Rock, Arkansas, West Little Rock, but they're coming back. I think Blockbuster ought to come back. I think Hollywood Video, movie gallery, but I think you should name it content gallery, should be coming back, right? So yes, indeed. There. I spend more time browsing their catalog than actually watching their content. Streaming carves up the content universe in an arbitrary way that makes one pine for the days where TV had dials and changing channels was easy. What is old becomes new again. Netflix, so much content, nothing worth watching. Wife always turns it back on when a new season of British Bake Off comes out, and during that time I can easily watch 3 to 4 shows. We're watching most of what they have these days is pretty generic, sort of like a higher class Hallmark channel. Oh damn, that's the Hallmark channel. Here's an idea: invest in quality programming, not the stuff that they've been putting out since 2022. I may well be watching Bravo. Damn, the comments are not being graceful at all. Great parallel to the quality using Bravo. Well done. Oh my God. They need to start listen, I'm just reading the comments, y'all. They need to start managing their series properly. Don't wait a year to renew a successful show for another season. Don't release the next season 3 years after the first one. Cutting the episode from 10 to 8 or even 6, plus releasing the entire season all at once takes away the desire to come back every week to see what happens next. That's very true. And I'm not going to get invested in a show where I know they aren't even going to come back to renew for another season. Old enough to remember when high budget high quality series like The Sopranos and Game of Thrones were must see on HBO before Max was at. Bring back quality over quantity. What do I always say? Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. See? Okay. All right. Okay. What do I always say? If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Otherwise, all these streaming services are just similar bundles of mediocrity. You nailed it. Netflix. Netflix is losing the plot and appears to be spreading themselves too thin. Step 1, stop canceling everything good after one season. Step 1, don't pay for a streaming service. Unfortunately, Netflix has a nasty habit. So nasty and so rude, shout out to Nene Leaks, habit of canceling many of their good shows after only one season and then just pushing a dozen new shows and then canceling them as well. It's happened so many times I stopped watching Netflix altogether, cancel my service. They should look at Apple TV and what they're doing. Yep, they canceled $18.99 after the first season. It was an excellent show based on that first season. Interesting how everyone moved away from the bundle for streaming. Now the streamers want to bundle. Turns out many people don't want a dozen different apps with a dozen different usernames and passwords. Might explain why Google is having so much success with YouTube TV. Streaming carves up the content universe in an arbitrary way that makes one pound for the days when TVs had dials and changing channels was easy. I think this content was already said. Navigating from app to app, logging, feeding data to the useless algorithms, never increasing fees for pleasure. So those are just some of the comments, and I fully agree with those comments. As you guys know, I submitted 14 different shows to NBC Universal for their NBC Universal launch unscripted accelerator. And I will just say this. I think that at the beginning and end of the day, I think Bravo will turn into a general entertainment network. Like I said before, cable channels, they don't have to die. You just have to rebrand them and give them a brand identity, a brand slogan, and find content that relates to the direction that you want your network to go in. Like, for example, tonight we want to talk about the CW. We want to talk about the CW and a strategy that the other networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, cannot do. Well, Fox is already doing it with Creator Studios. Fox is being ahead of ABC and CBS. Although CBS did have a content creator program for, I think it was for Showtime and BET, I think, a while back, I believe. So let me see something. Paramount Content Creators Program, Showtime, BET. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. Paramount Content Creators, MTV Entertainment Studios. I know they had a partnership. Share that. What's up? I know I'm not tripping. Paramount Content Creators, MTV Entertainment Studios. This is pissing me off because I know I'm not crazy. I know it can get crazy, right? It's like we all can, but I think it was like a HBCU thing too. Hang on, let me see. Give me a moment, y'all. Paramount HBCU Content Creators Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios. Just took me a minute. So this was a thing as well. Maybe you guys did not know about this. Okay. All right. Stupidly, Paramount, Skydance did not want to sell, Showtime for $3 billion, right? They could receive $3 billion. But from Deadline.com, Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios Storytellers Lab launches HBCU partnership to cultivate BIPOC content creators, okay? This was an exclusive here. So the Storytellers Lab bridges the gap between talent and industry leaders through a 9-month immersive experience that equips BIPOC students with the skills and insights to become the next generation of content creators, right? Working in collaboration with Paramount's Content for Change Global Initiative, participating students will receive mentorship and master classes with leaders across Paramount Global, as well as insider perspectives on the creative processes of content development. The Storytellers Lab program will culminate with the development of completing a social media spot showcased on MTV Studios' influential digital platform. So, what this goes to show is that Paramount Global, BET, because we got the BET Next Gen and the Storytellers Lab, they did that. You have Fox with, studios where your movie or TV show could be a to-be original. And this right here. Stop. I got it. So, like I said, Fox, Paramount Skydance, and then NBC Universal, right? So the only ones that really haven't done it yet is the CW and ABC, all right? So there is that there. Just wanted to show you guys this here. I don't know why this is being extra. So the 12 HBCUs were at Alabama State University, Montgomery, Alabama, Cheney, University of Cheney, Pennsylvania, Chicago State, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Clark Atlanta University, Atlanta, Georgia, Clarkson University, Orangeburg, South Carolina, Fisk University, Nashville, Tennessee, Florida A&M University, Tallahassee, Florida, Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, Morehouse College, Atlanta, Georgia, Savannah State, University of Savannah, Georgia, Spelman College, Atlanta, Georgia, and Tennessee State University, Nashville, Tennessee. I wish UAPB could have got it. I do. I wish UAPB could have been a part of it in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I wish that Philanthropist College could be a part of that, could have been a part of that as well. So just wanted to just showcase this here to you all as well. So back to this here. Like I said, I do think it is interesting that Netflix is trying to get into live TV channels and things of that energy. They could do a free Netflix tier where it is just, Netflix originals that, people want to see, featuring content creators and influencers, and that could be just for them. Because remember, Peacock had a free tier, but you had to wait a week, right? So imagine a free tier of Netflix where you had to wait like maybe a week after it was already aired to everybody else that it's available on the free Netflix. And, you have branded, series and shows, right, from brands and everything else, content creators, influencers, and, also too, Netflix select culture selected content, right? You have an advisory board of content creators and industry insiders. They have a culture curation selection, right? But after the money you made with Netflix, would you really want to give a free tier to people? Probably not, right? So that's just my take on that there. All right, y'all. And finally, let's talk about iHeart. Because, child, Nicki Minaj did not say anything new at all. At all. Give me a moment. Child, when I saw that clip on Twitter, I'm just like, really? So Nicki Minaj has intelligence? Child, I just can't. I just can't. And wait till you see the history of this show, okay? Because this just don't make no damn sense. Here we go. I'm sorry. Child, when Nicki said that I have a problem when the criticism is harsh or it's coming from a, personal place, or whatever place people want to come through with their opinions and stuff. And she said that people get paid to have those opinions. That's nothing new. She said that in She said that in 2018 with Funkmaster Flex on Hot 97 in New York. From Variety.com, iHeartMedia sells FCC payola investigation agrees to adopt new reporting measures to ensure legal compliance. Okay. iHeartMedia, the largest owner of radio stations in the United States, has agreed to enter a consent decree with the Federal Communications Commission. So a probe the agency launched last year into iHeartMedia's compliance with federal rules, prohibiting a specific form of payola dubbed showola, which involves radio stations pressuring artists to perform at station-hosted music shows or festivals for free or reduce payment in exchange for more favorable airtime for their songs, per the FCC. By making into this consent decree, iHeartMedia makes no admission of liability or violation of any law, regulation, or policy according to the terms of the agreement. Each Thursday, the company is also not paying any fines related to the settlement. iHeart has denied that it engages in showola practices. Under the agreement, iHeartMedia, within 60 calendar days, will develop and implement rigorous reporting and disclosure procedures to provide the FCC with additional insight into the relationship between spends on air and performances at live events, ensuring no prohibited pressure or relationships, according to the FCC. The FCC was specifically looking at whether iHeartMedia improperly was pressuring artists to perform without payment at events including the 2025 iHeart Country Music Festival in Austin, Texas. In a statement, iHeartMedia spokesperson said, "We have appreciated the recent opportunity to engage with the FCC on their questions about our live events, including matters related to artist appearances. As we consistently know, iHeart's industry-leading live music events provide unique opportunities and value to performing artists by enabling them to reach their broad and engaged audiences and to enhance their careers. And as we know, iHeart does not promise artists additional airplay if they perform at iHeart live music event, or this airplay if they decline the invitation." The company statement could continue. "We take our compliance with sponsorship identification laws very seriously. We already have practices and procedures in place to address them, and we appreciate the opportunity to work with Chairman Carr and his staff to develop industry-leading approaches to augment our existing procedures to ensure continued compliance in connection with our live events. We're pleased to reach this conclusion and thank the chairman and his staff for their time, focus, and commitment." San Antonio-based iHeartMedia has a footprint of more than 860 owned radio stations in 160 markets across America. According to the FCC, the settlement with iHeart is part of its broader policy goals to ensure that artists are treated fairly by radio broadcasters. The FCC is committed to ensuring that artists, especially up-and-coming ones, get a fair shake in their deal with the broadcast industry. Child, not the FCC caring about getting a fair shake or giving a fair shake, but you have a whole racist, bigot, sexist, ableist, and every other list of a president and his administration, his supporters trying to tear down media. I know you motherfucking lying. But moving on. This is the same FCC that went after Jimmy Kimmel because of what he said about the president. Come on now. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr said a statement: artists, talent, and the listening public should determine their success. Today's agreement adds significant new protections and offers the FCC greater transparency to ensure that artists retain their right to decide when and where they will perform. Artists have every right to ensure that the radio industry complies with the payola and showola regulations that protect them. The probe into iHeartMedia's practices in this area was kicked off by Senator Marsha Blackburn, Democrat Tennessee, who in January 2025 alerted the FCC of a potential new payola where radio stations and networks offer more airtime for our songs if the artist performs a free show, with implicit suggestion that declining to perform could result in reduced airplay. Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, here. Let's see here. If an artist performs a free show with implicit suggestion that decline to perform could result in reduced airplay, on February 6th, 2025, the FCC's Enforcement Bureau then issued a enforcement advisory reminding broadcast licensees that payola is not only a violation of U.S. law, but also may subject broadcasters to sanctions under the Communications Act. A copy of iHeart Media the iHeart Media consent decree with the FCC is available at this link. We'll showcase that just to show it. The FCC announcing the agreement said that today's announcement also serves as a reminder to artists their existing rights under payola and showola laws. Artists may report suspected violations of the FCC's payola rules to payola at fcc.gov. All right. Under this consent decree, I didn't realize there was more. Under the consent decree, among other things, iHeart will commit to enforcing reasonable standards with respect to the sponsorship identification laws in connection with company performance events to avoid violations and the appearance of impropriety in the company's music programming. In addition, the company is required to develop a compliance checklist that describes the steps that applicable employees must follow to ensure compliance with this consent decree and sponsorship identification laws in connection with company performance events. Furthermore, iHeart must maintain a direct dial line with voicemail message capability and email account for company employees through which they can reach the compliance officer to report potential violations of sponsorship identification laws. So, what do I think about this destination? Not surprised by it. Payola, Plugo, and Showola have been around a long time, but also too, like iHeart Media has radio stations, and so of course they would put on music festival, right? And not to mention too, they broadcast the music festival to all their stations, right? So what the hell? In addition to that, right? Let's just say, for example, right? I'm trying to figure the good right here. I got it. Let's just say Heinz, the condiment company Heinz. Let's just say Heinz has the Heinz Music Festival, right? And at that music festival, they are doing a huge barbecue grill out, and all of it is Heinz condiments. Okay, that's not payola or Plugo. That is them utilizing their brand to expand their territory. Same thing with iHeart. If Megan Thee Stallion performs at the iHeart Rap music at the hip hop festival, the iHeart hip hop music festival, right? And she performs, guess what? Her music plays on iHeart. That does not mean that she is doing payola or Plugola. Neither is iHeart. So come on now. Now, here is the decree. Just to show you, I'm not going to read all 14 pages, child. I'm just going to show you what it is. Because we believe in receipts around here, okay? But yeah, Nicki Minaj, she didn't say nothing new, child, at all. She thought she had she thought she could be a more famous Portia Williams. If you look to your right, there is a glimpse of Nicki Minaj being intelligent. The hell? Anyway, here's the. It sounded like we were on African safari. Anyway, so here's the consent decree, y'all. And right here, enhanced disclosure event means company's tentpole event, including as of effective date, the iHeart Radio Music Festival, the iHeart Radio Music Awards, the iHeart Radio Jingle Ball Tour, the iHeart Country Festival, the iHeart Radio Alter Ego, iHeart Podcast Awards, and the iHeart Festival Latina. That is a company performance event, and any company performance in the following radio markets: Atlanta, Charlotte, Columbus, Grand Rapids, Minneapolis, Nashville, Omaha, Phoenix, Tampa, and Washington, D.C. So, in those markets, you can't do that. But every other market, basically, the FCC is allowing payola, Plugo, and showola. I'm being facetious when I say that, okay? All right? Also, you see, they did not put in any future event either. You see, you got to read the fine print. Moving on. Oh, that's too much of a zoom out. Just showing you all of this. Like I said, if you guys want to see this decree, read it for yourself. The link to the Variety article is in my description box. So I always try to put all my links in there, so that way if anybody tries to come after me, it's like no, and no. I post and talk about and give commentary on publicly available information. Now, like I said, Nicki Minaj should not say anything new about payola and plugola. Here it is here. My God, people. So payola and plugola have been around for over a century, tracing their roots back rather to early vaudeville and the silent film era. The practices evolved significantly as broadcasting took over, becoming prominent fixtures by the 1920s and 1930s. Nicki Minaj would have actually utilized her brain cells to form a brain. She probably could have researched this and not look like a dumbass or Funk Master Flex on Hot 97. A chronological breakdown of these deceptive practices show how they have developed. Payola, the term was coined by the entertainment magazine Variety magazine, which Variety.com is the website I just read from. In 1938, combining pay and ola, as in vitriola. Historically, it involved secretly paying radio disc jockeys or station programs to play specific songs. While it became widely famous during the 1950s rock and roll explosion, the practice dates back to the early 1990s when song pluggers paid vaudeville performers to feature their sheet music. Plugola, this term emerged later, coming into popular use during the 1950s congressional broadcast probes. Plugola happens when a broadcaster, DJ, or show host uses their airtime to secretly promote a product, business, or outside venture in which they have a personal, undisclosed financial stake. So let's just say with the Steve Harvey Morning Show, remember when he had his talk show, Family Feud, Little Big Shots, Steve Harvey's Thunderdome, all of that, right? His book, his Think Like a Man series. He can promote that because, for one, it's public, number one. Number two, it's Steve Harvey, so those are his, brands and products and services. He also had the Neighborhood Awards, the Sand and Soul Festival, the Harvey 100, which I don't think the Harvey 100 ever came to fruition. But he also had Disney Dreamers Academy, right? So he can promote those things on his thing. Just like Ryan Seacrest, he was at the finale of American Idol, right? And he was literally backstage talking to the winner of American Idol. Keep Up with Kardashians, he can promote that on his show. So that's how that works, right? Both the scandal and regulation, both practices were outlawed in the United States. Following the high-profile congressional investigations in 1959 and 1960, which led to strict amendments to the Communications Act of 1934, under Federal Communications Commission (FCC) regulations, receiving undisclosed compensation to air content is illegal. Modern evolution, while traditional Rayola, not Rayola, child, Ricola, look at ass. While traditional radio payola is heavily scrutinized, these practices have migrated to new mediums. Today, the concept often applies to digital space where brands or labels pay for undisclosed endorsements or artificially boosted tracks or botting tracks on streaming platforms. So there is that. And then when it comes to showola, okay, here's the history on that. All right, here we go. Now, this is newer. Okay, this is newer. Polestar News put out an article September 25th, 2014 about this. So shout out to Polestar News there. As it pulls up. All right, so y'all see showola there. So there is Polestar News, September 25th, 2024. One identified headline act was offered $150,000 to get into one of its festivals, but the artist was required to double that to cover other things. Okay, but here is showola is not a traditional company or service, but rather industry slang for a modern form of payola. Radio stations pressure artists to perform at station-hosted events or concerts for free or cheap in exchange for radio airtime. The term has actively been used in the music industry for over a decade. Early origins. The tactic first gained significant attention around 2014 when watchdog groups and industry trades began identifying pay-for-play festival pressure as a major issue. FCC involvement scrutiny escalated into the 2020s, resulting in major probes into large corporate broadcasters, for example, iHeart Media. Recent developments, the concept made major headlines when FCC finalized a consent decree with the country's largest owner to crack down on the practice. So that is what you need to know when it comes to that. So we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Nolan Wells, everybody. Yes, it'd be the 18-year-old that passed away unnecessarily. I'm going to pull up the articles during the break, and then we'll come back and talk about that. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braille only got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braille only's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braille only's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braille Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braille Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be, Braille Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braille Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Caesar. Just look at him.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
I love you right back so much. I tell you, thrice welcome back into Brantley's Virtual Tour Live. I want to make a correction to the record. Let me get on the big screen. All's Fair is the Ryan Murphy drama that is on Hulu. Now, y'all know that it has been trashed by the critics. But as I was in the commercial break, just checking my phone, seeing what's new, and believe me, there's a lot of things new. And one of them I see, oh God, this is the thing that I hate so much about this. Hang on, let me see if I can take this. Let's see if I can do this. Oh man, no. Oh. Okay. God. On it. Going it. Save. Sorry, Al. Got it. Just trying to make sure of something, y'all, real quick here. Cool. We may talk about that tonight at 8:30, the topic I just found. But anyway, or the destination route. But anyway, let's get to this here. I just wanted to correct the record that All's Fair is the Ryan Murphy drama that Kim Kardashian's in, Sarah Paulson, Glenn Close, Niecy Nash is in. That series got nominated, not All Rise. I was thinking All Rise, which was on CBS and then moved to the Oprah Winfrey Network. So I am sorry to Ryan Murphy, Kim Kardashian, Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, and Niecy Nash bets. I am so sorry. It was not on purpose. Okay. So just want to correct that on the record. All right. Let's talk about this young man who should still be here. Amen. Investigation underway into death of Mississippi 18-year-old who vanished on July 4th boating trip. The family of Nolan Wells, whose body was found Monday on Horn Island, doesn't accept that his death was accidental drowning. Attorney Ben Crump said cause of death is pending. Just wanted to let you guys know about that there. Here we go. A 4th of July celebration ended in tragedy this week when a Mississippi teenager on a boating trip with friends disappeared and his body washed ashore days later, officials have said. An investigation is underway into the death of Nolan Xavier Wells, 18, as scrutiny of the circumstances that swirled online. Wells was last seen boating with friends around 3 p.m. Saturday on Horn Island, a barrier reef off Mississippi, accessible only by boat. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department said he was wearing blue swim trunks and sunglasses. Wells' mother reported him missing the night after he did not return on the boat with the rest of the group, according to Ben Crump, the prominent civil rights attorney retained by the Wells family. The 2-day search was launched that included the National Park Service, the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, and the Coast Guard. A U.S. Park Ranger found his body Monday at the northwest tip of the island, Crump said. The Jackson County Coroner's Office confirmed to NBC News that the body identified was that of Wells' cause of death has not been determined pending autopsy and toxicology reports. His family is trying to piece together what happened on the boat and learn why he was left alone. Wells' mother, Christine Wansley, shared photos Sunday on Facebook that she said were of Wells and his friends on the boat on the 4th. Photos show her son with 3 other young males. All the males are white. Other boats are also seen in the distance. So if other boats are seen in the distance, why wouldn't somebody, try to save him? That's odd to me. Crump told NBC affiliate West 2 of Orlando, Florida, you had this 18-year-old kid who went out celebrating on the 4th of July with his friends on the boat, and tragically they all came back, but no one did. And no one was the only African-American group, and so it's like making people harken back to the sins of the past in the state of Mississippi. Now, if you don't know about sundown towns, if you are in a sundown town, you don't need to be in a sundown town because things happen. Hashtag strange fruit energy. Okay, all right, moving on. By the way, we did cover that one time. It looked like the biggest, disgusting, just asinine, just zit that you have ever done seen. Crump told Wesh that Wells' friends and relatives do not accept that his death was a accidental drowning. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter told the Associated Press that Wells' friends are cooperating with the investigation. From the people we talked to, it sounds like he chose to stay on the island with the assumption he was going to ride back to the mainland with someone else, Ledbetter said. Crump said he will lead an independent investigation. He told Welsh that Wells' body will be flown to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy. The autopsy has no affiliation with Mississippi law enforcement officials. I understand why he is doing that, Ben Crump, because there's still racists in the South, and if it's a white coroner, he or she can mess up the body. I'm not saying that they would do that, but child, it's 2026. We gotta be woke, and woke is not a racist, bigoted, sexist, ableist, this, that, and third term. It means that you are aware of not only of your surroundings, but you are aware of things that are happening in the culture, how 1 + 2 = 3, right? It's your awareness. Moving on. Meanwhile, the Jackson County Sheriff's Department is asking anyone who had any signs of interactions with Wells on the 4th to reach out and to send in any photos or videos taken on the northwest tip of Horn Island that day that could depict Wells. We recognize that a significant amount of information, speculation, and commentary has been shared on social media and throughout the community. The Sheriff's Department sent in a statement, as with any active investigation, our investigators are working to establish the facts through eyewitness accounts, physical evidence, and other reliable information. Wells was a receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. It was preparing to return for the upcoming football season. He will have turned 19 years old next month, according to Crump. Walmsley said Monday on Facebook that she and her family are absolutely devastated. My heart is broken for our sweet son, who was always willing to cheer up with others. She said no one was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. Whoo, heavy. First of all, none of the white friends said, hey, bro, you coming back with us. You need to be back. You got school. Like, I'm sorry. Something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet here, right? And shout out to Glam Rocks. I was over there this morning. Shout out to her. Love her down. and doing a great job over there. So shout out to Glam Rocks, like, comment, share, subscribe to that beautiful sister there. And you know, she talked about this because it related to her son's case. Her son got ran over by I believe it was by a bicyclist or a drunk driver, but either way, her son is no longer here with us, sadly. So it was triggering for her, and it's triggering for me too, not because I have any kids, but just because futures are getting deleted unnecessarily in circumstances like this, where something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet, where we don't have a generation that really cares about each other anymore. In the village, you had everybody's number, your auntie, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, your family friend who acted like an uncle, acted like a dad, acted like a mother, acted like an auntie. You had here, there, you almost slipped up. Child, listen. It's funny. I was watching a live stream yesterday of the Steve Harvey review that I did that morning, and there was some old friends that used to come by the channel. A lot of people used to come by the channel, and I just was watching that, just like, damn, I think I said I was 29 years old at that time, and like 29, 30, 31. So it's been 3 years since I did that, and I guess that everything happens for a reason. Watching that, you know, showed me that it's like we don't really have people who are here, there, everywhere anymore, really being that village, and it's quite sad. And like I said, 18, just starting life. We don't know what he would have done in football. We don't know what he would have done for anything in his life. And, you know, for any black mom or dad, or any black dads or moms, because there are gays and lesbians that they raise children beautifully, sometimes more than people that are heterosexual, like Milagro, Grams, and Tasha Kane. God forbid, if always being a loser and DL Whisper procreate with somebody, but they're gay, so they don't want. Not saying they don't want to, but child, it is what it is. With that being said, though, it's just, is anybody else aware that our culture is being deleted virtually and in reality? It's very triggering. Very triggering. Very triggering. So from TMZ.com, here we go here. Like I said, I grew up in the neighbor projects. A neighborhood on one side, projects on the other, and it was a good place to be in the area I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. And like I read that song from India Ari about you know, India Ari has a song called Ghetto, and the places in Havana remind me of Savannah. The ghetto might as well be another country. The barrio might as well be another country. When you look around, you'll realize you're in another country. To listen to India Ari Ghetto, one of the baddest, I mean that in the most respectful fashion, song she has ever made. Sincerely, it is a track that deserves more radio play and stream play. Nolan Wells' death investigation, family raises concerns about different stories from pals, deleted text messages. Attorney Ben Crump has raised concerns over the disappearance and death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, saying there are certainly contradictions in the stories being told that he plans to get to the bottom of. Attorney Ben Crump outlines concerns around the Nolan Wells case, pointing out what he says are contradictions and discrepancies in accounts provided by multiple individuals. That is the one, the only Miss Lindsay Davis from ABC News Live. Here we go.
You mentioned earlier there are some contradictions. Yes. What gives you confidence or perhaps concern about the investigation so far?
Well, the fact that they continue to tell the family that
we don't see any evidence of any foul play, even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on the boats of argument where you had Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat. So that's an issue. And then you have the young lady make a statement and she says, well, Nolan and I finished talking and Nolan said he was going.
So there was an argument on the boat. Why is this giving Carmelo Anthony energy? Let's keep going. Go back for a little bit.
Make a statement and she says, well, Nolan and I finished talking and Nolan said he was going back to the boat. And then the boys on the boat said, no, Nolan told them he was going to stay with her. And so they are conflicting. She's saying he went and got on the boat. They saying he didn't get on the boat. So which is it? And all we know is Nolan is dead.
The civil rights and catastrophic injury attorney appeared on ABC News Live, specifically Wednesday night, saying there are so many questions left unanswered, knowing all we know is Nolan is dead. Ben explained the family has concerns about the state of Mississippi investigating his death and the fact that he was the only black kid in a group of white teens who could potentially have culpability. Furthermore, Ben said there are conflicting accounts from witnesses about whether Nolan said he was staying behind with a girl or planned to get back in the boat with his friends to continue their 4th of July celebrations. Plus, there are suspicions about what happened with Nolan's phone. His friends allegedly had his cell phone, and the family discovered text messages had been deleted when it was returned to them. Here is this clip here. But you mean tell me in the midst of all of this, right, that nobody, looks like it's mostly white people that try. I see a black person right there. I know black people. I see black people. I'm sure there was probably some other black people there, but still, it's like, sincerely, nobody else could tell there was a scuffle going on. Just asking questions. A body believed to be Nolan Wells has been found near the west end of Horn Island after extensive search. Now, TikTok video circulating that allegedly captures people arguing on a beach on the 4th of July. As of now, authorities have not confirmed whether the video is authentic or connected to Nolan's case. Investigators are asking anyone who was on Horn Island that day to come forward with videos, or information that can help establish what happened. If you were there, if something that seems insignificant, if you were there, even something that seems insignificant could matter, because what could be insignificant could lead to what is significant. And Ben raised the question about investigators not finding any sign of foul play, despite there being a video circulating online that seemingly shows a altercation took place on the evening of Nolan's disappearance. That's Nolan Wells right there. Rest in peace to your brother for sure. Ben has people on the case, he said, and they're interviewing people who may know some things, who don't have any underlying connection to the case or agenda. As CMZ reported, Nolan's body was found Monday after he disappeared during a 4th of July trip to Horn Island in Mississippi. The investigation remains ongoing, and clearly there are plenty of questions left to answer. I am praying for Nolan Wells' family. I'm not praying for those kids, nor the young lady right now, because all of them are suspects. And we all know not all white people are bad. Told y'all the story about how my mom and dad and me and my sister watched 12 Years a Slave, and I was so heated in the car. I'm just like, how am I going to go back to Kent State University and live with this? And my mom said, Braylon, you got to recognize that not every white person is bad. there were some people who were freedom fighters, right? So, and that's very true. That's very true. That's very, very true. And I just recognized that the screen sharing did not work for TMZ. Like, seriously. Give it a moment, y'all. Hang on. Okay, give me a moment, y'all. And nowhere, I'm gonna read the article again. I don't mind. I won't repeat the commentary again because I already did, but I do not mind reading it again for you all here, because I want everything to be on screen. It's important when you covering anything of a magnitude of this that you read it all. Okay, so here we go. One more time, everybody. Let me make sure that y'all can see it, because StreamYard can be acting a plumb fool. Okay. I still love you, StreamYard, but sometimes you act up. Nolan Wells' death investigation. This is from TMZ. Family race concerned about different stories from pals to deleted text messages. Attorney Ben Crump is raising concerns over the disappearance and death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, saying there are certainly contradictions in the stories being told that he plans to get to the bottom of. Attorney Ben Crump outlines the concerns surrounding the Nolan Wells case, pointing to what he says are contradictions and discrepancies in accounts provided by multiple individuals. So let's watch that again.
You mentioned earlier there are some contradictions. Yes. What gives you confidence or perhaps concern about the investigation so far?
Well, the fact that they continue to tell the family that we don't see any evidence of any foul play, even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on the boats of argument where you had Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat. So that's the issue. And then you have the young lady make a statement and she says, well, Nolan and I finished talking and Nolan said he was going back to the boat. And then the boys on the boat said, no, Nolan told them he was going to stay with her. And so they are conflicting. She's saying he went and got on the boat. They saying he didn't get on the boat. So which is it? And all we know is Nolan is dead.
The main question out of that, I know I said I wasn't going to do the commentary again, but the main question I would have, one of the biggest questions I would have, is what was the young lady and Nolan talking about? What was their relationship? That is a question I would ask, and I hope would be asked by the investigators. The civil rights and catastrophic attorney appeared on ABC News Live with Lindsay Davis in prime time at 7/6 Central weeknights on ABC News Live. You can get that on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can get it on Slumo TV, Pluto TV. Sadly, you can't get it on the ABC app because they were stupidly enough at Disney to get rid of it. But you can watch it on Hulu. You can watch it on Disney Plus as well. So, of course, you know, I think Amazon probably there as well. I'm saying there are so many questions left unanswered. No, all we know is Nolan is dead. Been explained the family has concerns about the state of Mississippi investigating his death and the fact that he was the only black kid in a group of white teens who could potentially have culpability. Further, Ben said there were conflicting accounts from witnesses about whether Nolan said he was staying behind with a girl or planned to get back on the boat with his friends to continue their 4th of July celebrations. Plus, there are suspicions about what happened with Nolan's phone. His friends allegedly had his cell phone. The family discovered messages happened to leave from where it has returned when it was returned to them. So we'll watch that video again because I wasn't able to show the video. So give me a moment. So here we go. Make sure y'all can see it. Give it a moment, y'all. Really, bro? Really? Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna be straight back. Give me a moment. Hey y'all, I'm back. Child, StreamYard today. Because as you can see, I don't have my virtual background, but I know it does. So I just gotta refresh the laptop. But we're gonna get through the show. Give me a moment here. Just good Lord, Jesus, StreamYard is just StreamYard today. All right, here we go, y'all. Okay, now it's okay. All right. Y'all give me one moment. I'm gonna be right back. Give me one moment. I'm gonna be right back for real. Give me a moment. Told y'all I'm back. StreamYard, and child. All right, we were on TMZ, y'all. Sorry, we were on TMZ. We were talking about Nolan Wells. One thing to know, two things for sure about me. I'm always going to make sure I'll get a good show. Okay, so here we go. We were on this right here. Okay. We were on this right here. Okay, here we go. So here's the video. You hear the cussing. Right there. Now, all those people, like I said before, all those people, nobody could do anything. I say, is everything all right over here? And like I said, I know white people, not all of them, but some of them can be crazy. Okay, some of them don't have their full brains developed. Okay, and so you know they might have deleted somebody just for standing up for another black kid. It's 2026. Like I said, a body believed to be Nolan Wells has been found near the west end of Horn Island after extensive search. Now, a TikTok video is circulating that allegedly captured people arguing on the beach on the 4th of July. As of now, authorities have not confirmed whether the video is authentic or connected to Nolan's case. Investigators are asking anyone who was on Horn Island that day to come forward with photos, videos, or information that can help establish what happened. If you were there, even something that seems insignificant couldn't matter. Hashtag Nolan Wells, hashtag Horn Island, hashtag Missing Person, hashtag Mississippi, hashtag Breaking News. And Ben raised a question about investigators not finding any sign of foul play, despite there being a video circulating online that seemingly shows altercation took place on the evening of Nolan's disappearance. That is Nolan Wells once again there. Ben has people on the case. He said they're interviewing people who may know some things who don't have any underlying connection to the case or agenda. As TMZ reported, Nolan's body was found Monday after he disappeared during the 4th of July trip to Horn Island, in Mississippi. The investigation remains ongoing, and clearly there are plenty of questions left to answer. I don't think people really understand the more that you hold back in the truth, the more you're hurting everybody that you say you care about. Sincerely. And there was some and there's some more information here that just came out. Literally, while I was resetting my phone, some new information came in. So let me showcase this to y'all here. First of all, shout out to Colin Kaepernick. He helped fund the independent autopsy for Nolan Wells. Shout out to the grill for this. Attorney Ben Crump says like autopsy was conducted outside Mississippi because concerns of the official investigation into the teen's death. The family of Nolan Wells, Mississippi teen who vanished during a trip with friends to Horn Island before his body was recovered, says former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick stepped in to help pay for an independent autopsy away from Mississippi, a move Ben Crump says was necessary because what he believes to be a serious trust issue, Wells' body was flown to Mississippi from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. so the exam could be conducted by an examiner with no ties to local law enforcement, Crump said during an appearance on Good Morning America alongside Wells' parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley. There are parents there. And one love, much love always. love to y'all, man. There's an issue of trust here that's really important, Crump said, pointing to what he calls apparent inconsistencies in the official account, including claims that Wells drowned despite no witnesses reporting seeing it happen. The family says the version of event shared by the friends who traveled Wells doesn't add up. They say he's known for sticking close to his group, always checking in, but that didn't happen the day he died. When parents recovered his phone, they found Snapchat account. They found his Snapchat accounts wiped clean, location data that conflicted with what they knew of their son, what his friends described. So if the friends had the phone, that means the friends deleted it. So the friends are the primary suspects, right? Christine Wansley said the family wants transparency and the same standard of investigation that any other family would receive. Owner Wansley described his son as a quiet leader who led by example. Someone focused on building a future for his family and his younger brother. Kaepernick's involvement comes through his Know Your Rights Camp organization, which regularly funds independent second autopsies for Black families who don't trust initial findings from state, from local officials, including the family trade. Reed, the Delta State University student found hanging on a campus this past September. Advocates say the effort exists because families often can't otherwise afford outside review, especially in cases echoing Mississippi's history of unresolved deaths and unresolved racism. Wansley family said they're looking for honesty and transparency and answers about what really happened to them. So first of all, shout out to Colin Kaepernick for doing what he did. And he should be playing in the damn NFL. He should. He absolutely should. If Stephen A. Smith can be into politics and be a dumbass, then Colin Kaepernick can play some damn football. In the words of Terrell Owens, Max Kellerman is blacker than Stephen A. Smith. Moving on. But that being said, here is this from Yahoo News, courtesy of the Grill. Why so many in Black America rise see themselves in the story of Nolan Wells. Beautiful family. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful family. As the Nolan Xavier Wells story continues to unfold in Mississippi, many are speaking up about being the only one. The story of a Black teenage boy who went missing in Mississippi during a boating trip with his predominantly white friend group before he was found dead is bringing up a lot of different emotions and reactions for so many. In addition to fear, frustration, grief, and despair for the family of the 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, who went missing Saturday, July 4th, while partying on Horn Island during the busy holiday weekend. There are also many Black folks expressing what it's like to be the only one in a predominantly white space or group, especially in terms of industries, okay? For adults, of course, and kids. There are kids in the industry, but you know what I mean. There aren't enough conversations about Black people that survive hate-induced murder attempts at the hands of their peers under the disguise of just joking around. Too many. Let's have these stories. Nicole Walters Silic wrote in a post on Threads. While little is publicly known about the dynamics of Wells' friendships and the facts surrounding the case remain limited, even as internet sleuths analyze out-of-context video clips and grainy photos. The online discourse has evolved into a much larger conversation about this uniquely isolating and at times dangerous experience across TikTok, Twitter, and Threads, especially on YouTube as well. Shout out to all the YouTubers that cover this as well. Black users are sharing stories about what it was like to be the only Black person in a friend group, family, school, workplace, sports team, college organization, and more. We're seeing story after story of Black kids who are in similar situations as Nolan. They were the only one. The only difference is the people telling their stories live to tell it. Author Ella Thompson wrote in a post on Threads. One user on Threads shared, I went to all-white high school and only had white friends. My mom finally allowed me to go to a party senior year. There was Coca-Cola, of course, everybody, but you can make out 1 + 2 equals 3. Let me do that again. 1 + 2 = 3. There we go. And pals and kids screwing everywhere. I came black. Good Lord. I came back to school and immediately started hanging out with 3 other Black kids until I graduated. I went to a predominantly white prep school. Nolan Wells' death has triggered the uck out of me, Demetria Lucas wrote before sharing some of her experiences, which included witnessing a Black student being called Snowflake, ironically, instead of his name, another white student wearing a Triple K belt and claiming he had no issue with Black people, just N-words. Oh, Lord, God forbid somebody procreates with that piece of shit bastard or bastardess that should have been swallowed by their mother. In addition to the individual accounts of growing up going to all white schools or feeling out of place or unsafe around white friends, there's also footage circulating of multiple instances of black teens and young adults being victimized for jokes at the expense of their physical safety. In one such video, a white family is patting down a body of open water when they encounter a black teen boy being heckled by the group he's with. As he's left in the water, he does not feel secure enough to navigate. His group does not take his concern seriously, even makes monkey noises as the family helps get him to safety, completely appalled by what they just witnessed. I hope that white family whooped every motherfucking piece of shit's ass. Hope they're on the hospital with a coma. They can't wake the fuck up. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Bray, they're somebody's daughter. They're somebody's son. No. You growing up to be mean to somebody, you growing up to get some consequences handed to you. That's the damn problem. Consequences ain't handed out no more. Let me breathe through this. Another video, a black teen girl is pleading with two white boys not to dunk her in a pool as she doesn't want to get her hair wet, fully ignoring the boundary. They eventually force her into a pool. I used to think my black parents were overreacting, but thank God they did. Reality TV star Sierra Miller posted. I hope that those two white boys, they get what's coming to them as well, as respectfully. Another user on Threads added, I grew up wealthy in predominantly white spaces. I swam competitively, 12-time junior Olympian. Go ahead. Very well done. And was a competitive equestrian. I used to roll my eyes when my mom was on every away trip, every train trip, everything. After what happened to Nolan, I need to call my mom and apologize in the morning because I realized that yes, she was a tiger mom, but she also wanted to keep me safe. Non-black individuals, especially white parents, have been surprisingly receptive. Some are even sharing their own experiences of ensuring their children look out for their black peers in ways they openly speak to their own children about how to be welcoming and kind to everyone they encounter. See, this is why I mean it's not everybody. It is taught. Is taught. Among the reactions, there are also been a fair bit of those who feel like tragedies like this are further proof that this is the total black family seeking out progress, especially when it means placing their children in predominantly white spaces. For the stories for days that we have went the stories for days that we have for what we've experienced. None of this was our fault when we wrote, adding whatever choices our parents or we made that led to our schooling or home life in majority white spaces was never justification for the behavior endured. Someone else on Threads added, my heart is hurting today thinking of Nolan Wells and his family watching the different ways black folks are reacting on social media, anger, hurt, fear. Black folks are trying to place blame on those racist kids and also want to blame those parents. Remembering my grandma while growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, teaching me how to be safe when someone calls me the N-word. This is not only a North American occurrence. Anti-black racism is global, and that's a motherfucking fact. Now, let's go to Storm Monroe because he just posted a video not too long ago, 15 minutes ago. So let's watch Storm Monroe here. Okay, it's a long one. It's a long one.
Give the update on Nolan Wells. I actually did a pre-recorded video and uploaded it yesterday. This was a young man.
Give me a moment, y'all. Sorry there. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, y'all. Let me do that one more time there. Okay, here we go.
And give the update on Nolan Wells. I actually did a pre-recorded video and uploaded it yesterday. This was a young man who I didn't even realize, not that it matters, but we're just talking, okay? Not that it even matters, but we're just talking. I didn't even realize that the young man was half Asian. I thought he was just black, but then when I saw the pictures of his parents and I really took another look at him again, he kind of looked like Tiger Woods in the face almost.
His mom is probably Filipino and black.
He kind of got that Tiger Woods look to his face if you really, really think about it. So,
let me just stop for a second. Al Sharpton and this man, why y'all look at this woman like y'all can have her? Stop that shit, you nasty freaks. Good damn. I got more of a shot with her than y'all do, but she's married. Respect her.
We all you see what I'm saying? You see the Asian in his face now that you really look. So handsome young man that was tragically deleted. We already know what it was. It was he was the only black young man around a bunch of white boys, around a bunch of white people, point blank, period. And we already know that something devious happened to this man. We ain't got to BS around it. We ain't got to guess. We already know. It's just all about proving it. Although I don't think they're going to get far. I don't give a damn who they hired simply because it's Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? But as the details come out, we're going to talk about it. Praying for that family and praying for him. But here's why I brought up the Asian thing before I play the update. Okay. I brought up him being mixed race because, immediately we was like, look, when you the only black person, you ain't got no time, you ain't got no place being around all white people. Make sure you're not the only black person. Make sure you're not the only black person. We kept like that was a sentiment on social media, right? But once I realized he was mixed, I said, wow, maybe his when it comes to biracial people, sometimes their worldview is different than just a monoracial black person, even though he presents as a monoracial black person. And at the end of the day, that one drop rule, especially in Mississippi, is still very much a thing. Okay, so I had kind of thought like, wow, maybe he really was so comfortable being around white people like that because he's mixed race himself. Anyway, let's play this update. Benjamin Crump had went on ABC News. Where my headphones at? And then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this in real quick. Okay, let me pop that in, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let's play this.
They're explain to Nolan's younger brothers and sisters what happened, Daddy. What happened?
Can you clarify for us what was going on with his cell phone?
Yeah, and that's something that's really troubling to his family as well. The guys on the boat, they said Nolan stayed, but they took his cell phone. That's not adding up to them. The fact that then when the family gets the cell phone back, Lindsay, they're saying they are trying to understand why they're deleted messages. And so it's very concerning to them.
And we know that Nolan was a great athlete on the football field. Do we have any sense of how comfortable he was around water and boats?
His father said he was an elite athlete, that he prided himself on his physical prowess. He said that his son could swim, and so they're just not accepting.
So we already know he didn't drown in. Because that's another thing too, especially, hey, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's a stereotype with us as black people we can't swim. And there have been a lot of black people that have had near-death experiences or have actually drowned, being at the beach, being at a pool party. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing people were saying too. Well, maybe he fell off the boat and he couldn't actually swim. No. Now, before we dive back into the content, here's something you can actually do while you're bored at home. Play games and actually go ahead and throw that out too.
Take control of business fuel expenses with P-Fleet's Voyager Fleet Card, which is accepted at over 97% of fuel stations nationwide.
You're a trucker.
You can set spending limits to prevent unauthorized purchases and restrict cards to authorized days and times so drivers can't fuel after hours. With every transaction, you'll capture detailed fleet data. Plus, you can check fuel prices from your phone to find the lowest priced stations. Easily manage your fuel cards, check transactions, and download reports from our online customer portal. P-Fleet is trusted by thousands of fleets across a wide range of industries throughout the United States. Sign up today and experience no hidden fees, free fraud protection, and top-rated customer support.
Although what I will say is gift cards. So if you're curious, hit the link in the description box or scan the code on the screen, download and sign up for free. Start playing for cash in your spare time, and when you use my link or QR code, you'll get a $10 bonus to kick. He was a star athlete. He could absolutely swim. So we can that drowning theory, we can go ahead and throw that out too. Although what I will say is Let me think. Should I say that? I'm gonna just say this. I really hope they don't try to go with that narrative. Just like the chef at the Obama's house. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay. I just said that real quick. That's a Rumble conversation.
That Nolan drowned
Rumble
accident.
is a platform, y'all.
Beyond the headlines.
And by the way, Obama's chef at their Hawaii home drowned, but Stormy Monroe saying that something else happened, but they honored him at the new Obama Presidential Center.
The Wells family said how they would like Nolan to be remembered.
Yeah, everybody, not only his parents, but the whole community, his teachers, his coaches, the people at his college, they're saying he was just a great guy. Always trying to be supportive, be encouraging, wanted to make the world a better place. His mother talked about his smile, and she's like, she doesn't know when she's ever gonna smile again.
Mr. Crump, we thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah. Long story short, we need them white boys that he was with. I need to know how and why, okay, was a bunch of his text messages deleted before
that part
his phone was given back to his parents, number one.
And you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, it needs to be some white police officers and some black police officers that are about doing the right thing to interrogate them. Because guess what? With black police officers, those white kids are not going to do the right thing. They're not going to do the right thing with black police officers. With white police officers, they're not going to do the right thing either, even though they both white. They know that these white officers could put them in jail. So it needs to be a combination.
And number two, why would he get off the boat and stay behind on the island while y'all go and then you guys go about your business? That doesn't make sense.
That part.
Number three, everybody know your cell phone stay attached to your hip. I do not believe that young man would have left his phone with them boys while he stayed behind, and that don't make no sense to me. That just don't make no sense to me. I'm not buying it. Now, what I was told, according to one of my sources, is that one of those boys, if you go back and you look at that picture of the white boys on that boat with him, one of those boys is related to a KKK member. And what I was told
there it is.
Look at the
there it is,
of
and
Nolan
there it is.
as like a KKK initiation. Because apparently, in order to get into it, you have to.
What did I tell y'all? Racism is taught, and the Triple K is still out here.
Delete a buck, so to speak. So, the family of those boys, baby, they need to be researched. Somebody got a connection to the Klan, and we just got to figure out who.
That's all alleged. Okay.
But I was told somebody got a connection to the Klan. Now, there was another young lady who she has her own page on Instagram. She reports as well. And she dropped this off. She said, Nolan Xavier Wells' friend exposes what allegedly happened during his last moment on Earth. So let's play this. She DM me. Shout out to by Janice Ayers or Ayers.
By Janice Ayers or Ayers on Instagram.
I just wanted to come up here and say that Nolan was my friend, and that all these like stories going around.
Wow. And right as I was talking about the KKK, tell me why the numbers in the chat went to 666.
Like even from like our point of view, because we're getting it different than what the public is seeing because we're at the behind the scenes. But they definitely did something to him, and they're all trying to change the story. Everybody that was near that boat is trying to defend all their other friends, and every time you talk to a different person, the story is changing.
Wow. Can you tell that to the guy that just left off this panel? What was his name?
He's gone. I don't remember.
Yeah, I bet he is.
So Alexis Finney is saying be careful. But is there anything that you can tell us in detail, like that you feel safe saying? I don't want you to say anything that you can't say or don't feel safe saying.
That family
like,
member.
What do you want to know?
Because that family member and that racist family member, that racist bastard that should have been swallowed by his mother, along with that racist other bastard that should have been swallowed by his mother, might be watching. It's called freedom of speech. Ask about it.
Exactly happened from you guys' side?
From our side, there was an altercation with a different boat, which had other kids on it, black kids, and there was an altercation. There was a fight, something happened, and they went back to their respective boats or whatever. And when his best friend was on the other boat, so when he went to go like check up on Nolan and everything after the fight, Nolan's boat was gone, but they had stayed for a couple more hours. And so when they got back to land, they had his phone. So Nolan didn't even have his phone. The phone was at one of the boys' house, and they didn't want to give it to his parents, and they had to send somebody to go get the phone from his house. Back. That's why, like, when we checked his location, everybody was like thinking that it wasn't serious because we saw his location and said he was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, like at his house. But they wouldn't give his phone back to his parents, and they were seen eating out the next day.
Wow.
And when somebody asked them, like,
now see, what should have happened was a black uncle or whoop one of those kids is at. Oh, y'all ain't gonna give back this phone? Oh, we're gonna give back phones today. See, some kids, you gotta meet them right where they need to be. Okay? Malcolm X was praised because he said, hey, listen, nonviolence, I get it, but sometimes we gotta let them know. Moving on.
Like, hey, why aren't you out looking for your friend? They said, y'all already think we did it.
Oh!
Wow.
Well, if y'all said that, then go ahead and admit it. Clock that T. Why would you say y'all think we already did it? Unless you don't have a guilty conscience. If you're not guilty, you would not have said that. Continuing.
Wow. Some friends you have in this world, right?
With friends like that.
So think about it. Their friend went missing. Them white boys didn't miss a step, continued on with their life. Yep. After they had deleted all the evidence, you know they huddled together and said, hey, you don't say shit, you don't say shit, I ain't gonna say nothing. We keep this all quiet. They're gonna take this secret to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna take this secret to the grave, believe that. And wow. No concern for him, no nothing. Just, oh, well, y'all already think we did it anyway. Basically telling you we did do it. Bitch, we ain't worried about getting caught, and it is what it is. Yep. I think that's interesting. That's very interesting, ain't it?
Very interesting.
Yeah, they came up with a pack. Sure did. They were sus. I could tell from the get-go. Yeah. Listen, you will really be up on the people who hate your fucking guts. You really will be. Child. If you ain't careful, if you ain't got no discernment. That but part. See, I blame... Oh, yeah. But I blame his parents for not teaching him and keeping him up on game. I looked into his high school, Ocean Springs High School, all that. That young man was used to being around the majority white people. When I looked at the graduating class from Ocean Springs, it was mostly white. I didn't see no brown. I didn't see no chocolate up in there. So he has grown up around these people.
Let me say this, right? Because maybe they could not cross state lines for school districts, right? Whatever district you in, that's usually the school that you can attend. Now, they do have school choice, some places more than others, but maybe that might have been it too. But I do feel where Storm is coming from.
Around white culture, and he really thought shit was sweet. He really thought shit was sweet. Thank you. Same story as Tamala. Saying I need to do her story too. Let me know in the chat if y'all here for me digging into these different stories of these black people going missing. Horsford, that was her name. Yeah, she went to a sleepover with her homegirls. They all in mansion pajamas, got their wine. You think it's just ice cream and wine, cheese and crackers, snacks, have girl talk, all this, all that. She come up missing. She come up dead. Okay? Listen, y'all got to do me a favor. Y'all got to watch it, though. If And I put it up. It's not funny, but when I put it up, I gotta watch it. But what I think I'm gonna do, because I think, like, you guys look for the lives versus like videos, and then YouTube separated everything, so it's stupid now. But I think I'm just like, when I do that, I'm gonna premiere
streaming
it, or I'll
growing.
do
It
live.
is.
Would you rather me premiere it or do it like a live video? Tell me that what you would rather do. See.
For this next one, Aceable Online Driver's Ed supports them with teen-friendly learning tools and progress tracking for parents.
They made sure they took their happy pick. Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I stay out of places where I'm not supposed to be.
Like that,
please do, Storm. Okay. Live, premiere, live. Okay, looks like it's gonna be live. Either premiere or live. Okay, I got you.
They just want the content stuff.
Live so we can talk in the chat. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let me go back to this.
Did what?
Exactly. And then also that night, they were seen at multiple parties when they got back from the island around like 7:00. So they still continued to go out that night, knowing that Nolan wasn't with them and that nobody had seen him.
So what pisses me off the most is they did allegedly whatever they did, but on top of that, they didn't even care.
Facts.
You're partying.
Facts.
Think about how evil that is.
Absolutely.
Your friend is missing. Y'all went to the island together, but you left without him.
Yep.
You ain't heard from him. His parents are panicking. They went on about their day. Went on to the next party. Act like the shit really didn't happen.
And you know what that shows me? If they will do that to him, imagine them as family members to their family members. Sincerely. God forbid if they have any black people in their family. And by the way, just because Meghan McCain has a black sister, don't mean she give a fuck about black people. I'm sick of that shit. Stop it. Uncle Nathan Nearest Green and Jack Daniel. Check out that friendship. That's still going on to this day. One of the nearest family members is still working at the distillery. There are plenty of black people, white people that are actual friends because they see the good in people. Frank Sinatra, and shout out to Lady Farrakhan who passed away. Lady Farrakhan, I played that clip here on Brainley's Virtual Tour Live of how Frank Sinatra said, I ain't singing no more until you check black people in. Fuck you, and a fuck you. That hotel switched everything. So there are good white people in this world. Okay? They are pieces of shit that all need to be whooped on expeditiously disrespectfully, including that young lady. Let's keep going. Well, I don't want to hear it. No. Nope. Y'all remember that story of that black girl that I talked about that got raped in Miami in a garden by 3 black boys. One boy, he did all the raping for 30 minutes and put rocks in her fucking mouth. The second young man helped hold her down. The third young man helped the second man held her down. If it had not been for her being able to scream and her dad finding her, she would be done because 13 years old, your body has to develop yet. I hope those 3 boys got life in prison. Let those kids be disrespectfully handled as well. I don't speak like this normally. I don't. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And we don't have a culture anymore protecting each other. But there's some people that still have that mindset. And I'm one of them. I'm never going to apologize, comma. Never going to apologize, comma. Never going to apologize, comma. Never going to apologize, semicolon. Never going to apologize, exclamation point. Shout out to Tony Braxton. Y'all ain't black enough for the culture. Y'all ain't black enough for the culture.
Man, if y'all don't see that this was a ritual, this was definitely a fucking ritual. Like, do we really have to keep trying to guess? Come on now.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm definitely sorry that you guys.
That being said, kids do stupid stuff all the time.
That's not stupid. They just didn't care.
That part.
Somebody.
That's stupid.
Okay, I want to respond to this. Look, that's why y'all like me being live, so I respond to the comments. Okay, black parents always tell you that everyone is not your friend. Yes, they do. But biracial kids grow up a little different. Okay? All these cultural teachings and sayings and all those things, that comes from black women. That comes from your black mothers and your grandmothers. I'm not saying you don't get wisdom from your father, even as a male child, because yes, you do, and yes, you're supposed to. But for the most part, culture is passed down from the mother. Can we agree to that?
I definitely agree with that, for sure.
Shout out to Cynthia G. Yes, it reminds me of the Shanquilla case. And they was black that did that to her. However, she was around a bunch of motherfuckers that wasn't her friends either. She had no business around them damn
By the
bums.
way, Cynthia,
that girl had
former content creator. I don't know if she's still around or not, but she did. I think she did a lot of feminist content, I believe. And also she did a lot of dating relationship content as well. I think she got, kicked off of YouTube or, shadow banned or what have you. Hopefully she's doing well. I'm never going to hate on freedom of speech. I will always hate you playing in people's faces. Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T. Let's continue on.
Too busy. She had 2 shops, entrepreneur, like fly car. She stayed fly. She was young and attractive. She had no business around them damn bums. They weren't her damn friends either. Thank you. He didn't have a black mom to teach him. Thank you. You get that from your mother or your grandmother. Mothers, grandmothers, aunties. You get that from them. You don't. If you don't have a black.
But also, too, we don't know what his mom said and not said. I mean, she is black. Looks like she's black and Filipino, but she is black. So I don't like reducing that, but I do. I'm getting where Storm is coming from, right? That usually it is the frequency of the woman to be able to give that nurturing guidance to be able to help you form who you want to be, right? So yeah.
Black mother, you are raised differently. And I'm gonna say this too. Yes, it does depend if you look white or black passing them. That's true too. That's a good point too. Listen, that's a good point too. Because what I've noticed is that the biracial kids that you can't tell are biracial, they do everything to let you know they biracial, baby. They will claim that other side even before they claim they black side. It's interesting the way things end up working out. But what I will say is you get your culture from your mother, right?
Yes, you do.
Whatever race of mother you're raised by, okay? The female figure, because women are our first teachers. Because usually it's a woman that's doing the child rearing. That's just what it is. So when you as a black man go outside of your race and you create children, his father did it in the marriage and did it the right way, and this ain't even about race, but it is about race. A lot of times as a black man, when you go outside your culture, you have biracial children and you try to keep them from everything that is black. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to talk about this old man. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to be respectful because at the end of the day, their child is gone. So this ain't about that, but we having a conversation. Okay.
I feel where Storm is coming from.
I can tell you, being a black man, a lot of times when we go outside of our race and we have families, we shy away from anything that reminds us of where we come from.
Yeah, that's really true.
So then we have kids and they don't know the little, they don't really know the Black American experience. Oh, you said his dad is African. Okay, but was his dad raised in America or was his dad raised in Africa? That's a whole
that's
really
true. Two different styles of living.
I thought his mom is
also
black. His mom looked Asian.
She's probably black and Filipino, like I said before.
Ain't no excuse. Yeah, they can't pick up on the microaggressions. They don't. And I'm just telling you, as a black man, I've been around black men when they, a lot of times when they have kids outside their race, baby, they don't talk nothing black to them. They don't talk nothing black to them. They don't. Just keeping it real. They shield them from that. They shy away from that. A lot of times when black men have all kinds of trauma around that, so they don't want no reminders of that.
Correct. And, you know, I will say this, right? I'm glad that I was raised by black parents. But that doesn't mean if I was raised by white parents or anything else, that would not still be this Braylon. I think I would be a different Braylon, but I don't think I would be this Braylon. And I think that that's very important to mention in this conversation. That how we grow up with who we grow up with,
you know,
a lot.
But that hurts your kids. That hurts your biracial kids because, of course, they still got to go through this world, you know, and navigate dark skin.
Being unalive is something stupid. Is you for real? What is y'all talking about in these comments today? Listen, what you just said was stupid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So, sorry, Alexis, quickly, you said there was the altercation that happened on the boat was with other black kids. There were other black people on the island.
There obviously, yes, but they rode on separate boats. There was supposed to be other black people on the boat with Nolan, but they got told last minute that they couldn't go because there wasn't like enough space. But the story that they keep trying to push out to everybody is that the boat was sinking and taking on water, and they were telling Nolan that he needed to get on the boat, but Nolan wanted to stay back with a girl that he never met, which he wouldn't have done, because if that was like we're all from the same surrounding areas, she goes to Moss Point, which is like 20 minutes away. Why could you not hang out on land when you got back?
If the boat that you came in was sinking and you knew.
Okay, so it was supposed to be other black kids on the boat, but they didn't let them get on because they didn't have space. No, they didn't let them other black kids get on because they had plans for Nolan.
Yep.
Number one. Number two, let me answer your question. Kelly said, were you treated fairly at your all-white college? I'm gonna be honest with you. I had I'm trying to think, how many racist experiences did I have? I had a couple on campus, but it was more like microaggressions. It was more of like ignorant shit. Now, the school I went to was 95% white when I went. Because I think out of 6,000 students or whatever, it was maybe 200 of us that were black on campus. In the actual city that it was in, it was 98% white. And I moved around in the city, worked in the city, all that. Wasn't shit there, you know, it was a little bumfuck town or whatever. It was a little bumfuck town, Kirksville, Missouri. Wasn't nothing there. About 2.5 hours north of Mizzou, if you've ever heard of Mizzou. And that's in Columbia, Missouri. And it's mostly white people there too, but anyway. But had jobs and shit in the city, worked at the radio station, at the country rock radio station, had no issues. Had a couple microaggression experiences on campus. Remember, I told y'all that story about that white girl who she didn't try to like falsely accuse me of SA, but she flipped the situation and tried to say, and that wasn't true. She asked me to. So I had a couple things like that, but it's only by the grace of God that I was kept safe. It's only by the grace of God, because I was wilding out. It's only by the grace of God that I was safe, and I made it back, and that's just a fact. And knowing what I know now, if I could go back, nah, I wouldn't have went. I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't have went. I would have took my black ass to Hampton University. That's where I would have went. That's really where I really wanted to go.
You go,
but to answer your question,
you go to where you
for the most part, it was okay.
Most money, so.
Couple microaggressions, but I can't lie and say I had a horrible time. Like that ain't the truth.
That.
And so that was like the crazy thing is that they're talking about, oh, the boat was sinking, and he didn't want to get on the boat, and the boat had to get towed back. But if that was the case, and he said he wanted to stay there, why did you take his phone back and not leave him on an island without a way to get home?
Somebody.
So, Alexis, I do want to ask you this. Bubba is asking in the chat, what was the fight about? Do you know what the fight was about?
Do not. I think it was like just people got heated. There was obviously drinking and stuff, and they were probably arguing about something and it just escalated more than it should have. But in the videos that you can see, obviously the fight was loud enough and big enough to cause all the other surrounding boats to pay attention and that be the main focus of what everybody was seeing at the time.
And Alexis, I do want to ask you something else. How long were they friends?
They've been friends for a minute. I mean, these people have gone to school together since elementary school.
I was gonna say that too.
Yep.
You got to remember, it's Mississippi. It's Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Most likely, them boys have went to school since they was little boys. Most likely. But that still don't matter when it comes to race relations. That shit don't matter.
No, it don't.
That shit don't matter. Let's just put it that way. Tasha Nicole said, "What do you think about one of the boys having a judge as a mom?" Well, that means they ain't gonna be held accountable. Period. We already know how this story ends. We already know.
Sadly, but also too, let's let everything play out because there are some moms and dads that don't play. I remember, I think it was an Asian dad that his Asian daughter made fun of black people, and that Asian dad handled her disrespectfully. So let's let everything play out. Excuse me.
You lucky you graduated and they did not run you off. Nah, baby, they weren't running me off. Now, but I am gonna say this too, because I had been in situations where like, I remember coming back home from school, like driving from, St. Louis is like 4.5 hours from where our campus was. So, people would pile in their cars together and, I'm in Columbia, Missouri, drop me off here. I live in St. Louis, drop me off there. Or the ones that lived in Kansas City, which was the opposite direction. They would link up and, carpool together, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember one time I got pulled over on a highway. I was doing like 88 in the 65. In my little Chevy Spark. I had a brand new Chevy Spark. And it was me and two white girls in the car. And I remember we got pulled over by that cop in a city called Shelby, Missouri, something like that. And I remember that cop looked at me. I was like, oh, shit. But she just gave me the ticket and kept it pushing. But she showed, when I say, it was a female cop. When I say she showed look, and she looked, she said, all right, I'm going to say this about my experience being black and being around whites, right? If I'm being very honest, what I benefit from when it comes to being around, and this ain't even a benefit, but this is what it is. What probably quote unquote keeps me safe a lot of the times is that I'm a quote unquote a non-threatening black. I don't speak a certain way, quote unquote, and I really didn't back then. I didn't have that many tattoos back then. I didn't start getting tattoos till I was 20. So I ain't even really had no tattoos. So I was quote unquote, I don't even think I had no ear piercings either. So I was quote unquote clean cut black, right? And I'm shorter. If I was 6 feet plus, if I was dark skinned, if I spoke a certain way
to others,
I know my experience with them would be different.
Yep.
And that's from when I was in college, even when I lived in Arizona. I lived in Arizona before a whole bunch of blacks started moving to Arizona.
Right.
Thank you. One of the good ones. Now that's some shit I've heard my whole life. Not even just college. Yep. If I told y'all, let me tell you something. This is why I now have to even tell black parents like just be careful putting your kids in all white schools.
Yep.
because I transferred a lot. I went to a lot of different schools. I went to all white schools. I went to mostly black and even mixed schools, right? And when I tell you the shit that has been said to me by teachers, coaches, people in positions of authority and power from the time I was little, if I didn't have a strong sense of self, baby, I would have been a coon. I don't know what way to put it. I would be a coon.
Little Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. Now, there are some Uncle Ruckuses and Auntie Rakishas on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and here, there, and everywhere. Moving on. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Moving on.
One of the good ones. Another one I heard all the time. Oh, we don't even consider you black. You're black, but you're not that black. Yeah. You're not like them. Well, you know, you're better than them. Oh yeah. I could tell y'all some shit. I remember I had a friend, a white girl, Rebecca. I ain't gonna say her last name. Her first name is Rebecca, not the one I dated in high school. This is one like from childhood. White girl, freckles, fair skin, freckles, dark hair, all that, right? I remember her when her grandmother first saw me. I overheard, "Why are you friends with them?" But then later on, her grandmother said, "Well, that's the only that could come in our house." I never actually went to her house, but you get my point. Now, y'all might say, when I was a little kid, I was probably 7, 8. Now, y'all might say, Storm, why you didn't tell your mom? My mama crazy now. My mama was crazier back then. Okay, and then was my mama.
Mama wanna whoop some ass.
Mama was crazier back then. Okay, it's a lot of shit.
My mama would have. I understand.
Because I know my mama. So it's a lot of shit.
Oh my God, John.
It's a lot of shit that I couldn't. A lot of shit in my childhood, especially when I was little. Not so much when I was junior high. When I was little, I had to just swallow that shit. Cause when I say my mama was off the chain, my mama was off the chain. Listen, it was a lunch lady. That lady probably dead now. It was a lunch lady, white lady, old white lady. I was maybe 9 or 10.
She did.
No. I was still in Illinois, 9. She made a crazy comment to me in the lunch section. Oh, boom. My grandmother had came up to the school. It was like a family day at school, but my grandmother came. My mom had to work. Okay. So my grandmother came. My grandmother, well, she's passed away, but she was real fair skinned. Mm-hmm. So when the lunch lady saw her, she made a comment about, oh, I would have thought she was white. It was something like, oh, she's really light for a black woman. It was something like that. Mm-hmm. I made the mistake of telling my mama that when I tell you my mama called a meeting, my mama called everybody because my mama highly confrontational. She don't give a fuck. Baby, when I say she went off, she went off. So
that's
I knew
then. Supposed to do.
You know how
and dads are supposed to do that too.
You got those people in your family or even friends that you know you do not call them unless you ready for a nuclear bomb to
come on.
If you ain't ready to go balls to the wall, you don't even tell them or bother them.
Because let me tell you something. Y'all know I've said family is police before. That's a real thing. Okay, tell you something, that's a real thing. That family is police. That they will roll up and handle what needs to be handled. I'm not playing with y'all. Let's finish out this video here.
Because you know they certified crash outs. You understand what I'm saying? You know they certified. My mom, I've seen my mama crash out. I know she's a certified crash out. You understand? I don't tell her some shit unless it's time to go there.
Oh, man.
You know, and when you love somebody and you don't want to see them throw their life away, you just be like, look, it really ain't even that serious. And people will think you being a punk. And you be like, no, bitch, I'm really trying to save you. Because if I make this phone call, that's your ass.
Yep.
If I make this phone call, baby, that's your ass.
You know how some people say, listen, just stay away from me for a minute until I get myself together. I want to talk. No, listen, I'm telling you because I love you enough. Some people, they may not be the president. Hey, they doing too much? Say less. What'd you do? I told you to shut the fuck up talking to me. I had to make the call. They will have Secret Service, president, first lady, first kids energy and handle you disrespectfully. Storm is not lying about a damn thing he said. Let's continue.
So it was a lot of shit in childhood I could not tell my mom because she was Looney Tunes.
And whose ass I need to beat up, son? You who about to get handled. Shout to Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny. Moving on.
I knew it when she told
Wait a minute. Stormy Rose mama got Yosemite Sam energy. Moving on.
The front desk lady at my high school, who was really trying to treat me like I was a criminal when I wasn't. When she told that lady, she said, bitch, if I gotta come up there, I'm gonna blow the motherfucker up. I remember hearing that and I was just like, Mama, you going to jail. Like, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, that lady didn't give me no more problems. But it's just the point of like.
But it all worked out though. Can you imagine? Hang on, let me come on the big picture. Can you imagine your mama said, mess with my son, my daughter, anybody that looks like us or is good people to my people, and your ass won't be around to have an ass, and you as a son like, oh, I love my mama. Her ass is actually great. She going to jail. Like, can you imagine? You know, it's nice when you can have moments of relatability. You know what I mean? You're not feeling so alone. Okay, let's finish this up. Storm got me cracking up, laughing this afternoon.
When you know people, Looney, no, I'm gonna just keep that to myself. I'm gonna just keep that to myself. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to this. Enough about me.
Yes, and I want to ask another question from the chat. I'm sorry. Dark Chocolate said, my thing is, why did the boat really have to get towed back, and was his BODY on it?
There is some speculation, like this is just like hearsay, that the boat was owned by this dude Wyatt, but when the boat got brought back, it was parked at Warren's house, which is his mom is the judge or whatever. And somebody said they drove by like later that night and like they were cleaning out the boat. Like it was like dark night, not like regular time when you would clean out a boat. It was like later at night. And then there was a girl on the boat that's not in any of the pictures or wasn't the girl that he was talking to. And when she got back on land, she turned off like her Snap location, but her best friend still had her location on Find My iPhone. And she was at, all of them were at one house for like 4 hours.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
Like what? First of all, like if you got back on the 4th of July, you came back, you're supposed to be having a good time still. There's like a little after party, you're still vibing. Why is everybody's Snapchats going off? Why is social media is getting deleted? Why are we acting so suspicious? Like it's 4th of July. You just had fun on an island. Like what are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly. Like stop it. Like y'all up in these comments just sounding fucking slow as fuck.
Yes,
Come on,
Alexis,
some people were born
Alexis,
slow.
I do want to ask you too as well. So you did already confirm.
When I say people were born slow as fuck, I don't mean people with actual disability. I mean people who were actually born slow as fuck with lacking intelligence. Like I said, their mother's placenta didn't feed them everything that they needed when they were in their mother's vagina. enough oxygen then get to their brain. Talking about that type of being born stupid, not the fact that people have disabilities. People who have disabilities, they didn't ask for it. Moving on.
That one of the parents was a judge, so thank you for that. Also, I wanted to ask you, can you confirm that all of their social media has been scrubbed? So is it scrubbed or is it deactivated?
Only 2 of them are deactivated, but a couple of them are just private now. But the mom, Judge, she did deactivate hers.
Well, okay, and what they're gonna say is we deactivated our social media so we wouldn't be attacked in the comments, but we really know what it is, bitch. You hiding evidence. Here's the thing: anything they can delete, anything they delete can be retrieved. We already know that. Nothing you put in this phone is ever really truly deleted. Let's be clear. You know, like I hope y'all know that. Anything you take a picture of, you type, a voice note, you look up, you search, you can delete it. You can wipe it, but a person that know how to get in this baby, they can get in here and retrieve anything. So ain't nothing. It you know, it lives in the cloud forever, whatever the cloud is. Shit, might be the damn Antichrist, but anyway. So maybe AI's the Antichrist. Anyway,
stop.
Ain't nothing ever fully deleted. So best believe, if they really want to get them text messages, they can. They can delete whatever. They can delete whatever off Snapchat. They can delete whatever. If it's been transmitted in this phone, baby, it's in there forever.
My name is Barnell Phillips. I'm the medical director here at Beachside. I'm a psychiatrist by training. And so what that means here is that I treat mental health disorders as well as problems with substance abuse. We say in psychiatry that quality matters, and that's what we focus on here at Beachside. We want quality assessment, quality diagnosis, quality treatment, and all of that is informed by the latest data that we get from science and the best treatment guidelines from around the world. It starts with understanding the patient's story, and not just clinical symptoms, but who they are, where they're from, how they got to this point, what's happened to them. I think one of the ways we create a healing environment here at Beachside is by listening. That's where it starts. We like to take into account the patient's story, who they are, where they're from, what's happened in their life, even what treatments they've tried before, and where they want to go next.
That's amazing.
We don't deal in substances, we deal in people. And so a solid psychiatric assessment, a solid biopsychosocial assessment, knowing who the people are and what their story is, informs the addiction treatment. The whole point is so that you can transition to a point where the substances don't control your life and you start to take the control back.
Shout out to Beachside, and not to mention too, shout out to every Black medical professional that's out here doing good in the neighborhood. The reason why some of us will never win in life is because we don't know how to elevate others. You don't know when you might need Beachside. Some of y'all on YouTube and social media here, there, everywhere might need Beachside. Because some of y'all, Lord, thank you that some of these heifers are not my mother. Thank you that some of these bulls are not my father. In Jesus' name. Yes, yes, yes. Amen, amen, amen. Let's keep going, child. Don't make no damn sense.
So like only 2 of them are actually, so 3 of them I guess are deactivated, and then the rest of them are just private.
Alexis, I have a question. Based on what you know of the friends, can you shed light on their dynamic? Is Wyatt and Warren closer than, I don't know, the other guys? How does Nolan fit in the group? Is he at the bottom? Is he...
I don't know like their dynamic personally, but like they've all played sports together. Wyatt actually went to my school, so he didn't go to the same school as the other 3 kids that were in the picture. And actually the picture that's circulating, Wyatt's not even in that picture.
Ah, okay.
But the person that was to the left of him with the long hair and the black glasses, that's probably who he was the closest with. But the other ones, like, they're just friends that have been together. Like, we've all been at people's parties. Everybody hosts different ones. So like we all know each other from each other.
So the blue glasses is who he really doesn't know. I'm looking at the picture now. The people.
No,
with
he
the blue
knows
glasses.
all of them, but if he was like to be closer to somebody, it would be the boy that was
I get
wearing
what
the
she
black
means.
glasses.
There's real
Okay.
friendship and
Yeah,
there's
Wyatt
friendships
is
by
the
association.
he was the quarterback for Biloxi.
Now, was this an actual physical altercation that took place
said that
on land, or
somebody did get in a fight and that somebody got hit, but this was on land. It wasn't in the water.
okay? See, because I've heard and read certain things of arguments, fighting, and you never know exactly. But you being a source is nice to know that there was an actual physical altercation.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I just wanted to play that because Nolan's friend hopped in that young lady's TikTok and
it's Storm Show.
It's
Storm Show.
That was great content. That was great content. Let's end it with a positive news story. I know that was very heavy. You guys may have seen this story while I was reading the payola article from Bright. But check this out for all the fans of Naruto. Check this out. Naruto movie launches global casting search to find actors to play live action Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Okay, so this is huge. I'm sure that the casting search will also be happening at San Diego Comic-Con as well. Here we go. The live-action Naruto movie is launching a worldwide casting search to find its 3 leading actors. The adaptation of Mashimi Mishimoto classic manga is backed by Lionsgate. The cast will fill the roles of Team 7, Naruto, Sasuke, sorry y'all, and Sakura rather. Additional castings for supporting roles will follow. Destin Daniel Cretton, the filmmaker behind Marvel's Shang-Chi and the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day, is directing and is writing and directing the project rather. Kishimoto's Sensei story has inspired generations of fans around the world, and it's an honor to bring this world characters to the big screen in live action for the very first time. Creighton said, I'm thrilled to be kicking off this worldwide casting search for our Team 7 and to bring the incredible universe of Naruto to life. Naruto creator Mashi Kishimoto added, right now, miracles are happening to me one after another. My work Naruto is truly becoming a Hollywood movie, and even an incredible miracle that the film is directed by the one and only Destin Daniel Cretton. I still cannot believe it. If so many miracles have come, if so many miracles have already come together, then let's hope for even more. I am eagerly looking forward to the miraculous encounters that will bring us extraordinary and passionate actors. I can't wait to meet the characters in my film. Lionsgate announced the live-action Naruto movie in February 2024. The manga has printed over 250 million copies worldwide in more than 60 countries and territories. It follows allies of ninja Naruto Uzumaki, who dreams of becoming his community's protector and leader, known as the Village Ninja. IHeart, and Emmy Wu will produce for IHeart Productions. I guess that was a double printing there. With Jeremy Latcham. Creighton is producing alongside Jin-Yoon Moonford through his company, Hiscom. Creighton previously collaborated with Lionsgate on the Glass Castle. The studio previously tried to get Naruto movie off the ground in 2014, when it signed Michael Gracie to direct. So congratulations. I am sure that there is details of this. Let me see if I can find. So they're launching the global casting search, but do they have the link? Because if they have the link, I will definitely show the link. First of all, anytime that Hollywood opens the doors to to something big. I think that is absolutely incredible. And believe me, I know that this really is that big of a deal, to open the doors of being able to make it do what it do, to give somebody an opportunity to really make their dreams come true. It's just incredible. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find the link. Give me a moment. Maybe this might be it. This is the official website for Naruto. Give me a moment. So I'm looking right now, y'all. I'm not seeing a link for this, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at every link right now, y'all. I'm trying, but I'm not seeing anything. But at least you guys do know about. I mean, I would assume, right, that the best thing to do is probably maybe DM for the link, because I'm not seeing not a thing right now about this. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing. Not saying anything else. So, with that being said, everybody, it's time for this outro on YouTube. Thank you all for being here. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm sorry for the hiccups, but definitely did not mind spending 3 hours talking about everything that we talked about, from the black memes, the Emmys that are black, Netflix looking like legacy media more and more, and iHeart having to deal with the FCC and payola, but also too covering Nolan Wells. And I do pray that everything comes out in the wash. So with that being said, it's time for this outro. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love is in the right material. I'll see you guys around 6 o'clock for something very special. All right. See you guys soon. Love y'all. Bye-bye. And stay cool out here. All right. If you're hot out here, stay cool. And if it's cool, I hope that you warm up. All right. Love y'all, everybody. Bye-bye. Peace.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that
They have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. Past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousness. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.